Hello. Hi,
Tadang.
welcome. Okay, quick before we start. Before we start, we are talking about
Okay,
this.
okay,
We are
okay.
talking about this right before we went live. I don't know if anyone in chat can give an opinion on this. Warm beer. Is there any
Yes or
warm
no?
beer that actually tastes decent? Because there are people who say, right, beer. There are certain beers that don't taste good if they're warm. But is there actually any beer that
That
tastes
tastes good.
good?
Well, well, we're opening up with a very controversial topic here.
Because
I mean,
this,
warm beers like alcoholic cereal, alcoholic bread, liquid bread. I mean, who doesn't like bread?
it really is that how we're that what how we're defining the taste of beer. It's alcoholic beer.
I mean, it's this. It's made of like the
Yeah,
same
wheat.
things. Sweet, yeah.
But yeah, this is like a topic that we had because we had for our podcast, Genome, where of course we drink. We did a warm takes episode, and one of the warm takes was I mentioned that there is every single person who say that they like the taste of beer is just lying,
Lying.
either to themselves or to everyone else.
It's just an acquired taste. I think it's an acquired taste. It
Yeah,
just takes
people
some
say it's
time
an
to
acquired
acquire,
taste. It's acquired
like
taste, but
you notice young people don't like it that much. It's because it takes time to acquire it. So it be like something.
I think that people say it's an acquired taste, but I think what you acquire is just
Tolerance.
the tolerance to it. Yes, precisely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
so yeah, okay. Let's we can actually start. Let's not delve into that topic way too much. We might talk about it for way too long. Hi, welcome. How do actually should have asked before we start the stream? How do you want me to call you? Katsublaze, um,
Katsu is fine.
Katsu. All
I
right.
feel like that's the easier way. Katsu blazes a lot to say in one breath,
Mm-hmm.
so people just like to say katsu or
Or
cat
cat. Oh, or cat or Blaze
or blaze.
or Blaze. Yeah.
Switch
Um.
it up. I don't mind.
Where do you get your name? Katsu Blaze,
Oh,
Cat and Fire.
cat and actually, I was just talking about this because it's been I had this username since high school, right? And the official story was I wasn't a big gamer back then. Actually, it's just that I was talking to in high school I had made friends with like a bunch of like guys. And then you know people in high school, right? Like their preferred way of bonding is playing league or something like that. So my friend was like, "Oh, do you play? Like what's your Steve?" And I was just like, "Oh, just wait a minute." And then I made like a username on the fly. Pretty much that's pretty much it. So my name isn't super deep. I think like growing up my family like calling me like a nickname that sounded like Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
So I got like the last two syllables and it sounds like Katsu. What will make it
Oh, okay.
sound like a cool gamer username? Let's add Blaze to it because
Add
Blaze,
fire.
me in high school, I was like, that sounds
That
cool.
sounds lit.
That sounds
Literally,
lit.
literally lit. So,
Yeah, so that's how it came to be.
um,
And I actually
yeah,
got into games, so decided to stick with it.
nice. So yeah, like that's I mean, I feel like a lot of people think too much about their name before they make it.
Oh yeah, like a brand name, as
Mm-hmm.
if like people will investigate. Like, what is your username? Why does it mean like this? Blah blah blah. Yeah, you don't have to think too deep about it sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah, because sometimes it can be as complicated as um PH Faust, which is literally just Philippine and Faust.
Straight to the. That's
Yeah,
your brand.
I
That's your
really
brand.
I had no idea what to make for my name, but I like the name Faust. Filipino PH, it's just you can read it as Faust because
For
PH is just
Faust.
F. I mean,
So
you
for
don't say for
Faust.
Faust, you just say Faust. It's not. It's like when you're reading the word pass, you don't say passes.
Okay, fair, fair. That's
I got you
true.
there.
But like, but why Faust in particular? It just sounded nice.
One, yes. Two, thank you, Toop, for the 11 months of being an alcoholic. Three, three, because that's part of my last name. Faust
Mm,
is a part of my last name. I
okay.
just took that part, and I like the name Faust. I like saying that name. I think it was originated from the watch anime. Okay, wait,
Yes.
we're getting into a lot of different details, but before that, I did, yeah, with Katsu, welcome to the stream. If you
Yes, I'm
guys want
happy
to
to be here.
check him out, twitch.tv/Katsublaze or Twitter, you can put it exclamation point guest.
Yes, I'm very easy to stalk. I'm the same username anywhere.
Is it really same username for everywhere?
Yeah, it's the same username everywhere.
God, I wish I was able to do that. Like Twitter, Twitch, um, Instagram. What else would you have it on? Um,
Also like my game IDs. Although it was very surprising, just like a quick like insert here. I thought I had a very unique username, but I went on Apex because I wanted to play Apex for like a hot minute, literally like 5 minutes. So I tried making an Origins account. Turns
mhm.
out somebody got my username, and I was so pissed because everywhere else I'm
You got.
literally like this username.
Well,
So I
thankfully, you
I
only
don't know
played
who
it for
got
like
it.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
Thank
pretty
God you
much.
don't have to. You have to invest so much time in using an account that doesn't even have the proper name.
Yeah, like got that out of my system. So I guess that's good.
Yeah, you're lucky because I got, so my Facebook is PH Faust official because PH Faust was taken. Twitter is PH underscore Faust because someone already has PH Faust.
Oh, and then you have to think of like the different like
Yeah, different ways of
variations of your name.
making it.
PH Faust underscore
Yeah.
PH Faust Manila store.
And then it's Philippines and Manila all in one.
You've got the whole address there.
Yeah, my house. You'll find my house in my in my
House
deviant
number,
art account.
block, lot.
Which I never made a deviant art.
It's okay. This is
Did
a safe space.
uh
It's fine. If anyone here is a DA, anyone listening, it's fine. It's fine.
did you make one because you're an artist, right?
Yeah, I do. Hope you don't search for it. It's not related to the names I use now, but then I had one because it was cool
Mhm.
back in the day.
Okay. And you stopped How long were you using? How active were you on DeviantArt?
How active?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well, to be fair, the last time I used it was 20 before college. So years back. Years back definitely.
Did you post art
Uh
on it?
yeah, yeah. Actually like I posted art. I used to do like a lot of like real anime, hardcore anime, and then I stopped, and then I had like a writing phase because you know like when you're in when you're in grade school and you have a lot of feelings that
Yeah.
you just want to be dramatic, you know. So I had that for a short while, and then I went back to art shortly, but then eventually I just transferred to Twitter because that's where all of the art people are now.
So
I
you
go
you
with the
do most
trends.
of your, you're very trendy person, I can tell. So you put
What
most
can I
of
say?
your art on Twitter now, or do you put it anywhere else?
Art wise, I post it on Insta. I do have an Insta again, very stalkable. Just search it up. I just don't really like advertise it because technically I'm not really like an as much of an artist anymore online. I'm really more of like gamer, UI designer. Yeah, so every so often I every so often I post art in my Insta just for fun. Yeah,
Mm. So how often is every so often?
every
Like
so
once
often.
every couple of months?
Oh, actually, for a while, I think like I had not posted. I feel how do I explain my art journey? Uh, I I tried to take art super seriously maybe 2 years back, and then um when I but so I would post like every week on Twitter. I'd post like 3 times a week, and then on
Oh,
Instagram I'd put like the best one there mga once a week. Pero eventually like when you produce that much content, I guess it really does burn you out, especially when you force yourself to make things even if you don't feel like it, you know? Like
yeah.
it's kind of like the prerequisite, I guess, if you want to do something regularly. Like of course you want to keep being consistent, but like being consistent means you'll have to sometimes do it whether you want to or not. So I got super burnt out with that. But
Yeah.
now I just post whenever I want. It's like sometimes it's once a month, sometimes every day because I like being
Oh.
annoying on the internet. But there's no schedule anymore. Yeah.
It's like just whenever you feel like you're like, feeling like making
When
art.
I'm feeling edgy,
Feeling
I feel
edgy.
particularly creative.
When you're feeling creative. Don't you have to
Yeah.
feel creative every day because that's your work?
Oh, that is true. That is true. Well, to be fair, I often talk about this, but like the reason why I like doing what I do, for those who don't know, I'm a UI designer. So I make the interface and stuff. I design the interface and the styles. For me, it's less of making art that appeals to many people and more of like problem solving. So it's half systematic and half creative. So there are days that I cannot really create that much, or like I don't feel like it. At the very least I can just kind of work on doing like the bare minimum, like the
Mhm.
utility. And it'll still be good. Yeah. I think it's really important to find like that threshold of what is how do I say this? The threshold of like what of like quality and your willingness to like reach that quality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah,
it's just a job that I can do good in whether or not I feel like doing it.
yeah, because that's like the ideal thing, right? Everyone wants to have a job where they do their where they get
Passion,
to
yeah.
do they just get to practice their passion in their job, which it's not, it doesn't happen
Yeah.
very often.
Yeah, like it doesn't happen very often, and a lot of people don't really realize that you actually aren't that passionate for the majority of your life.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, let
real
me
talk.
explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. I mean, like, you could say like, "Oh, I love playing games, so I will play games every day on stream, and if I make a million, that's great." But uh, playing games and being interesting is not always fun.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Playing in front of a camera is different from, of course, like right now I'm wearing cat ears, right, and a freaking collar, but like when I'm playing games, for me, like I'm in my pajamas, like the double chins are out, and I have like bags of
Yeah,
chips
and you're not always
on
that
my side.
expressive, right? Because
Yeah, like,
sometimes when you're playing a
yeah,
game and
yeah,
something scary happens, you're like, oh,
yeah, no.
and then here you go, and
Oh,
you're back to playing it.
yeah, exactly, exactly. You
When
have to
you're,
play it up, and it's
yeah,
not that fun sometimes.
yeah, because it gets very tiring, especially if you're not a very expressive person and you're particular about making a show for your stream. Because other people, I guess there
Mm,
are people who stream and they really just stream and play and literally not even care about the stream. So for them, I guess
yeah,
I'm just playing. But if you're there to stream and you want people to enjoy your stream, that's like a different thing, and it's very
yeah,
tiring to put up a personality that would be entertaining so
that's
that
true.
people
Oh,
stick
yeah.
to your streams.
And also, like, there's also a lot of marketing involved. I mean, personally, I stream because I feel like everyone has told me that, I should really stop talking to myself when I game. So it's like, I will put it on the internet and maybe someone will listen. But like, yeah, it's just hard. It's just hard. When
Just
you don't feel like it,
yeah.
and you have, outside of stream, there's a lot of work that goes into it. Also, like promotions,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out your market.
Mm-hmm. Also, like preparing a lot of things that you people don't really think about is how you have to prepare. You really have to prepare for streams,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
if like you have to prepare. At least for me, I have like a list of topics that I will always be prepared to talk about on stream so that it doesn't
mm,
die. So I have to prepare things for stream so that it doesn't. You won't really have a lot of downtime, because if you have too much downtime, your stream just ends up you playing, and then for some reason it's just there on the internet.
it's
Yeah, for some reason you
yeah,
just decided
yeah,
to put yourself playing on the internet and not acknowledge that you are playing on the internet.
yeah, yeah. Gets.
So there's a lot that goes into it, but at least, I mean, something that helps is the fact that, as a streamer, I think this is like one of the obvious advices everyone gives is don't just stream what um everyone's streaming or what everyone's watching, especially if that's not necessarily your type of content or your game.
Yeah,
Like
like
play a
good luck.
yeah,
Yeah, good luck like streaming Valorant, right?
yeah. I mean,
Gaining organic
yeah,
followers from that.
of course. Although I mean, I was gonna say, oh no. Okay.
Sorry, it's going to do that every so often, but
Every time
I
you
will.
mention the V word, because I feel like Toop does not
Cursed,
appreciate it.
cursed, cursed game.
As a mod of the stream, I think Toop has put the hammer down on you
No more,
mentioning the
no more
V.
talking about it. No more. I mean, I don't really play it though, so I mean, I don't have too many feelings about it.
Okay.
Though some people in the chat may have feelings on it.
Some people, and I feel like, oh, JJ feels like, I feel like JJ has something to say about that,
Some
and Toop.
feelings, some feelings,
Some
yes.
feelings. But yeah, so I wasn't really gonna go into like Valorant and streaming game that everyone's streaming. I was more gonna talk about how it helps streaming something that you actually enjoy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to engage with it,
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, when I play, because my niche is like retro games, right?
Mhm.
Personally, I did not plan this. It was because I had built my first PC, um, and I was too afraid to run anything 3D. So I was like, let's just try an emulator. Let's start with the baby steps, and then it ended up becoming my niche. And for me, I really do enjoy reacting to things for the first time.
Mhm.
So yeah, those retro games, there's a lot to react to because there are bugs, there are wild translations,
Yeah.
lots of content was not filtered back then, so games were very controversial
Mhm.
at times.
It's not as polished as it is now,
Definitely
for
not
sure.
polished. It was really all like gameplay and being weird, you know. Especially like
Yeah.
since I play JRPGs, so the old ones that weren't super regulated, they were weird, super.
Well, how weird is weird?
Like how do I can't really think of a a concrete example, but like generally speaking, say like in JRPGs, you can talk to NPCs, right? And then the conversations, I noticed the conversations now in like modern games, they're just kind of, you know, vanilla. They're just like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, I can't wait to go back to my mom's house so I can have dinner. But then, but back then, like in the old RPGs, I remember like I was playing FF7 and there's one NPC in like a pipe, and then when you talk to the guy, he'd be like, "Well, that's my last dinner for today. Haha. Well, I feel like I'm going to collapse. I'm gonna collapse and then die.
so,
Buy something." And then he shows me like the buy-ins.
that's so weird. Yeah, that's so unusual.
Yeah, it's so like outlandish. It just catches me off guard all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, so I get. Yeah, that's. I think that's a very, that's very funny, especially when that happens for the first time. But do you play retro games often? Is that like one of your favorite genres, or
One of my favorite
is it just something
genres.
that you started to enjoy because you started streaming it?
I did start to enjoy it because I started streaming though. Because honestly, as somebody working in game dev,
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of games. I make a lot of games. So in my spare time, playing games is not really like the highest thing in my priority list
Okay.
in my life. So um more I think like I've really come to love retro games because when I started streaming regularly, I decided, okay, I'm gonna start streaming regularly, and whether or not it's going to be engaging, I'm gonna do it because I want to do something consistent with my life in this pandemic. I want some kind of routine. So um so yeah, so basically the only games I play now are the ones I play on stream, which are retro games.
Which are retro games. Okay. So
So
you
like
didn't really
mhm.
play retro games before you
Yeah,
started
yeah,
streaming?
because when back then when I wasn't working on games, we're primarily console in this house. So
Mm-hmm.
more often than not we buy console games, and console games are usually modern. So that's that triple A
Yeah.
modern. So I didn't really play a lot of indie before. Barely any retro. I think the last time I played retro before was when I was a kid. Uh because I
Cause,
didn't
but that wasn't
own
retro back
GBA.
then.
That was well. It was
What's
retro. It was retro, I
okay? Okay, so
guess.
this is something I was gonna ask anyways. What would what would you
Count
um
as retro.
yeah, what would you consider a game that is retro? What would you say it's is a retro game? What's a category?
Oh,
What's the
what's the limit?
requirements?
What's the limit?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, technically on stream, I have a suggestion box for retro games, and I limit my retro games to 20 2012, 2013. If like if the game is particularly special to you. So
Just,
uh because like there's some people who suggest like games that are, you know, like more modern, and then
yeah.
like I will consider them if you feel particularly strongly about it.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
I was like surprised
generally,
because 2012. You consider 2012 as retro?
Consider the year we're in. Consider how old we are,
Oh
Faust.
my god, is it?
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
guess.
2012 is like PS3 era. So that's pretty much
Hmm.
as retro as it gets.
Oh, because I don't know. I think in my head, I usually um consider anything retro that would be, I think I would say PlayStation 1 or older.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
mean, if
when
you were to
we were
ask me,
born. That's when we were
yeah,
that's when we
when
were born. Right?
you were
When, or are
born.
you 96? I
Yeah.
know we're like they're relatively same age.
96, yeah. I'm
Okay, yeah, we're both
96.
96. So
Yeah.
when we were born.
That's, yeah. FF7, back when 3D was just new.
Yeah.
Well, for me, that's retro. But considering the kids now think that PS2 is super retro, uh, I had to adjust my expectations there.
Okay. Understandable. So what's the game that you play that's probably the youngest?
Youngest
Yeah. On stream, the youngest game
on
you've played.
stream. Give me a second, because all the games I play are actually super old. Probably the oldest game was the first game I played. I second game, sorry, the first game is out of my brand. I play I on stream. I actually streamed Last of Us 2, but that was
Oh,
because
who
um
are you? Who is
believe it
this?
or not, I I play modern games. But after that, I played Chrono Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So that came out in the late 80s. I'm sorry for people who actually know,
Mm.
but I know it was not 2000s for sure. It was on the SNES. So that's pretty much, I think, the oldest one.
So this one. But what's the one that was released most recently?
Most recent though,
Yeah.
oh,
At the top of your head.
I played like an indie game called Ocean Heart. So I think that's the most recent.
And when was that release? Was that
That was 2017.
okay?
2017, I think. Yeah, kind of recent.
But what
Uh,
did it like have the aesthetic of retro
yeah,
games?
yeah. Like Ocean's Heart, I think is the proper title.
Mm-hmm.
It's an indie game, and then I really like it because uh it was basically a top-down retro Zelda game, except you actually played as Zelda, you know? Because you know how, like, in Zelda games, you don't actually play as Zelda, you play as Link.
Link, yes.
No, nobody knows what Link's name is. Sometimes they're just like, I love Zelda, the little green guy. And then people will have to say, like, oh, actually, that's Link. You only
uh
see Zelda at the end,
actually
actually.
actually I I
Metaphorically.
guess I
I hate to
guess
be that
yeah.
person when people ask me.
I guess we can make fun of those guys because I think we can consider ourselves as one of those guys as well. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, well, chat. We're good. Put their pitchforks down.
Oh,
Um.
yeah.
So, with all of the retro games that you've played, which one would you say is your favorite?
Ooh, that's hard because, like, I feel like a lot of people who come in my stream come in because it's their absolute favorite game and they want to see somebody play it for the first time. So no matter what I say, it will be wrong. because people people will be like, but you played Chrono Cross. Did you not like that? But personally, my favorite is Chrono Trigger so far. Mainly because it's like sentimental reasons. It was my first retro game, and a lot of people who watch me now came in when I was playing that game. And then, like I remember at the end of that stream, at the end of that run, I don't, it wasn't a bad ending. It was a good ending.
Mm-hmm.
but I cried talaga on stream. I was like, oh my god, there are people watching me. Oh my god, I'm not even interesting.
Oh my god.
But like but aside from the sentimental value, um aside from the sentimental value, it's a nice game. It plays really well. I actually recommend it to anybody who wants to start a retro game, but
Hmm.
they don't know where. It's like the top, I think. At the very least, top 5 of any RPG.
Yeah, because I feel because I don't play retro games, but I've heard about
Mm-hmm.
Chrono Trigger, and
Yeah.
the actually only retro game that I probably am familiar with, even though I've never played it, is any Final Fantasy game. That's
You've
only
never?
I've never played any Final Fantasy, so get ready to I'm ready for people to get mad.
You're
I've
valid.
never
You're
played
valid.
any Final
It is
Fantasy game.
there's a lot. There's a lot of games. It's very
Hmm.
intimidating.
Hmm. Even I haven't even played the latest one because it feels like everyone's getting into it, especially ever since the quarantine started.
Oh,
The
latest meaning like the
no, not
MMO,
latest one.
the
The
MMO.
MMORPG. Yeah, the
Yeah,
MMO.
14.
Yeah, because latest
Yeah,
one's
that's true.
15, right? But that's single player. So
Yeah,
MMO,
yeah.
everyone's getting into MMO. I haven't tried that, but everyone's enjoying it so much. I haven't
Well,
even.
MMOs aren't for everybody, I think.
Oh,
I
I like
mean,
MMOs. I think I
oh,
enjoy MMO if I
okay.
play with the right people. But I don't. I have never played any Final Fantasy game. Although I I acknowledge their presence, and
They exist.
they exist. They're there. I know they're there, and people love them. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I believe you. I won't.
I
I won't.
believe
I
you.
won't.
I believe FF7 exists, all right. It's not a
Oh,
conspiracy
I won't
theory
talk
by Square.
smack about it because I don't want to be attacked by any diehard fans, which there are
That's
lots
got
of diehard
like
fans.
that's got like big Australia is a social construct theory
It's
energy.
there, yeah, sure.
I mean, no one's been there, but all right, I'll believe you.
You
It
say
exists.
so.
Wink.
But yeah, I haven't played any Final Fantasy, even like what the most popular ones probably Final Fantasy 7. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
play the remake, although I watched the playthrough of the remake because I enjoy this particular streamer Maximilian dude.
Oh yeah,
And
I love his playthrough because he's such a big fan, right?
yeah, it's so entertaining because he knows a lot about it, and he talks about it in greater detail. So when I'm watching it, I get to know a lot more about the game. So I watched his playthrough, and that was that's actually my game of the year for 2020, even though I had never played it. Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Valid. You're right. As somebody who's played it, you're
Yeah.
right. Though some people will contest me on that with
Mm-hmm.
good reason. You guys are also valid. There were lots of good games that year,
Mm-hmm.
like Last of Us,
Right, Last of Us
Hades,
Part 2 was the one that
uh,
won.
Red Dead. Yeah, Last of Us won.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, I don't know, we all know what happened
Yeah,
with Last
yeah.
of
We all
Us.
we all know the general opinion of that whole shebang.
A
But
whole
personally, like given that, just to
Mhm.
like set the record though, like as somebody who's played it, I feel like a lot of the hate, some points are valid. I see it. And I feel like anyone is totally valid for not liking a game.
Mhm.
But a lot of people were hating on it for really
Dumb.
questionable
Okay,
reasons.
I feel like go. I'm giving you the go signal. You can say dumb.
Okay. I wasn't going to say dumb. I mean,
Okay.
it's not, it's questionable.
Questionable. We'll go with questionable.
Yeah, some rash decision making on their end to hate
Mhm.
a game that they've barely played.
Mhm. Wait, what were the reasons for not liking the remake?
Oh, I'm talking about Last of
Oh,
Us.
Last
But
of
like
Us. Okay, I thought you were about
but
the remake.
also but remake is also valid. You know, the criticisms I think is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me it's the best, but that's because I'm also a big FF7 fan. So a lot of people don't like it because they were promised a remake in a sense that they wanted to see like their vision of the game come to life.
Mm.
But I think through different interviews and when people play through it, they soon realize that it's actually more of a spiritual
Like remaster. What
sequel.
would when you say they see
Sequel.
sequel? Wait, and
Mhm.
how much of it is different from the original one?
A lot. Okay, cuz like remake is actually part 1.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In
So there's like
there are
another one.
multiple
Yeah,
parts
yeah.
because this game, the remake, focuses on Cloud's journey,
Mm-hmm.
Cloud and friends in Midgar, which is the starting city. So the original game, in the original game, Midgar takes about 4 hours if you are
Oh, okay,
if you're
okay,
dedicated enough. And then because of plot reasons, they decided to make that part the focus of the first game. Now it's really different because again, it's a spiritual sequel. It's not quite the first game,
okay.
and I'm trying to kind of word it so that people don't get spoiled, but it's it starts out the same, but as you play through it, you'll realize that there are some things are off. I
Mm-hmm.
think some people can tell, even if they haven't played the original, that some things are off.
Okay.
And then by the end, you will more or less think, okay, things are definitely off. But plot point wise, it is the same from start to finish.
Mhm. Yeah, because that's what I've like from my playthrough, from not my playthrough, from watching Max,
From
not
your spiritual playthrough.
my playthrough through watching Max's stream is, I think the general plot is the same.
Yes. The story beats are the same.
Hmm.
But
It does it ever actually go in a different direction as
no,
like
it doesn't.
okay.
It's the same. Asterisk. It's yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, that's the TLDR. Yes, it's the same.
Mm-hmm. 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 Without getting into
Just
greater
kind of
detail,
weird. Just
into
kind of
great of a
weird.
detail.
I mean, I would personally recommend for those who haven't played the remake yet and isn't exposed to any FF7 content, I would really just recommend playing the original really. And then it sounds like such a purist thing because of course like you've got the fans who are just like you have to play the original in the original console, blah blah blah,
This
experience the
happened. This
bugs for
yeah.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. But then as it's technical, I think like even if it is if it's the same as FF7, it technically happens after everything. But that's my conspiracy theory. I'm trying not to spoil why, but I'm just saying that it's like you're playing the seventh game in like a series, and
Okay.
you don't know what happens in the past six.
Are they connected?
I don't know. Am I overshooting it?
Are they
FF7 people,
connected?
I'm sorry.
Or
It's
is
like
Final Fantasy connected? Because I thought they were like just
oh no no
different
no
stories.
yeah,
Yeah.
because FF7 was so popular,
Mm-hmm.
they had offshoot games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So aside
This
from the
Crisis Core.
there's Crisis Core, there's Dirge of Cerberus, the one nobody wants to talk about. There's the movie Advent
Yeah, Advent
Children.
Children.
Yeah, like those things I think you have to experience first before you play remake. But that's
Okay.
my personal opinion. I do
Oh,
feel like
sure.
you can play it for the first time though.
Mm-hmm,
I feel like
mm-hmm.
you'll get by just fine. Cause like my brother, cause we share the games. So my brother does not remember anything much from his playthrough in FF7 back in 1996, 7. So, because that was the last time we played it, like legit the first copy. So he enjoyed a lot of it, even if he technically doesn't remember anything. Yeah.
Understandable. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
That's
it's
all I
fun.
have to say about it. Is it was my pick for game of the year, even though I never played it. That's it. That's my
Yes,
main
and
thing.
you are right. TLDR. I will never stop saying that.
Did you? So you played it, right? I'm guessing because I don't know anyone, so I'm just guessing as well that you don't have a PS5 because I don't know if there is anyone in the Philippines who has a PS5.
I think people do because they keep running out of damn slots. I mean, I've been trying ever since March to secure a slot for a PS5 and it always runs out in not even a minute. The
Yeah,
pre-order slot is up for 5 minutes, but it really runs out after like 30 seconds.
yeah, everyone's
And
been because there's so many games that are out of on just the PS5. So
there's a
yeah,
lot in a sense that you can play PS4 games on it.
yeah.
So
But I think there are lots
that's
of games
good.
that they're just there are more games now than before that are
Yeah,
just
definitely.
on the PS5. And the main reason why I asked is because I'm I'm guessing one of the reasons why you'd want the PS5 is because you'd probably
Because of
want
the
to
expansion
yeah
of
take the expansion of
intergrade.
yeah.
Well, of course I want it. Do I have it? Like, please, Square Enix, the money is here. It's payday. I will shell out the money. Just give me the slot, please,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, it's so hard to get one. And then, I don't know, I think Intergrade was one of the earlier games that was released exclusively on the PS5.
Yeah, that actually pissed a lot of people off. But personally, I feel like it's fine because they're trying to develop. They're currently in development, right, of the sequel,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't just stick on they can't just stick to PS4 hardware forever. Eventually, they're going to have to move to next gen
Mm-hmm.
for that.
I mean,
So
they are
makes
starting to
sense.
do that now with more games, but I wouldn't
Mm,
say I wouldn't
I wouldn't say we're
say
there yet.
I wouldn't say they should have done that with Intergrade because that's the same game. You have the game on PS4. Why would you stop people from playing the expansion? It's an expansion. It's not
To be
a new
fair,
game on its own.
it is not a new game though.
Yeah.
But you do get a sizable amount of content, and also it sounds ridiculous, but as somebody who's been a fan of Square Enix and their bullshit for maybe like
You
years,
just have to let them
they will put
get
out
away with
garbage
it.
and I will say thank you, you know?
Because I don't like you brought you talked about the second part. I'd understand if they'd release the part two of the next part in next gen console because they're starting to do that. There are more games now that are just in next gen consoles. But
Yeah.
please, Final Fantasy VII Remake is on the PS4. And why would you release an expansion for a game on PS4 only
I mean,
on the next gen console?
I don't know, man. I guess they're just covering their bases. And they know that the diehard fans will complain,
Mm-hmm.
but they're all while they're complaining, they're bringing out the card and they're just like, no, freaking Square Enix, and then hands over the card to the cashier. Okay, get me the
Okay,
PS5.
yeah, sure. Can't say no to you.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it sucks, but that it be like that. And I guess in the end, because the market of Square Enix will always invest in like next gen consoles anyway. Like the gamers out there, like
Mhm.
we're gonna complain. Like I see a lot of complaints about the Xbox fridge and the Switch OLED
What?
and
Who would
not
complain about the
not the fridge.
fridge?
I mean, not the real fridge. That's great. Thank you,
Yes,
Xbox. Thank you. But I'm
big
talking about
thumbs
like
up.
Big
I'm
thumbs
not
up.
gonna buy it probably because it's probably very
Same,
expensive,
but
but
I appreciate it.
it's
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
I like how it's in
10
the
out of
market.
10 would buy it if I were a millionaire, but I'm not. So I will just appreciate it from afar. But yeah, a lot of these gamers, they will spend for like the next console in the same way PC builders always look out for the next video card, for the next God knows what CPU cooler. That's just the
Yeah.
kind of market there is.
Yeah, for sure, especially with Square Enix, because I feel like Square Enix fans are usually diehard fans. I think you can't find a person who's a fan of Square Enix and not be a diehard fan of Square
That's true.
Enix.
That well, it's either love or hate, right?
Yeah.
But both buy. But also, it's because Square Enix has like this reputation of having incredibly long wait times in
Mhm.
between their AAA games. I mean, Square Enix is a publisher. A lot of people kind of forget that they do things that aren't games. Like they publish anime, books. Uh, they have smaller indie titles under their name also.
Mhm.
But like the AAA titles that the people really wait for, especially the Japanese ones, they come every 5 years or so. So I guess people are just saving up, for the next Square Enix thing, whether or not it's
I
good.
guess. I mean, what trying to remember actually what is another Square Enix IP that
Isn't Final Fantasy?
is in fantasy? But I know there's a lot, but I'm trying to remember
Some
what
unknown ones
is.
are one is Romancing Saga. It's one of those Japan exclusives that eventually became available to the international audience very recently, but that was big. Dragon Quest.
Oh,
Dragon
yeah,
Quest is Square
Dragon
Enix.
Quest.
Mm.
Twewy. What is? I forget what that is.
Dwewi!
What's that? Oops, what's
The
that?
World Ends With You.
The world
Actually,
and
the
okay.
sequel just came out
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
day.
I for sure probably mentioned it on stream because I released all the games releasing for the week, but I don't
Dwewi.
remember what the hell Twewy was. The world,
The
world
World Ends
ends
With
with
You.
you. Oh, I don't. Oh yeah, okay. I remember covering this mostly because
Oh,
when I saw this, it reminded me of Kingdom Hearts. The
yes,
yeah,
yes. Same director originally.
yeah. The art style looks similar.
Mm-mm. I remember the original game, which came out for the DS. Uh, it came out after KH2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, considering that the main character and his partner looks like the main characters of KH, a lot of fans really jumped from KH2 to this series.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 'Cause I've never heard of this
Especially since it's
game.
by the same. Oh, never?
I don't
Oh.
think I have. So yeah, I'm gonna say a lot of things that you might
Oh no, I'm
get.
no please no, I don't know. It's fine. I mean,
Like who
there's a
the
lot of games that I haven't played
why the
either.
fuck am I here? Yeah. If you start thinking that, just let me know. We can.
No, I promise, I promise, I promise. It's I
I
mean
promise I
conversely,
won't tell you. That's what.
no, I mean to be fair, as much as I like JRPGs, my
Mhm.
gaming knowledge doesn't even barely goes beyond that. Like I
Mm,
in turn I don't usually play western style RPGs. Like I've never played the big ones like Red Dead, um
GTA
GTA, 2K.
2K. Yeah, I guess. I feel like the people who play 2K are
God.
there's only one group of people that play 2K and they only play 2K.
Yeah, that's so true. They're not gamers. They're just people who
They
play
play 2K.
2K. Yeah, but even like FPS shooters, I really only started playing it because like it was in the for in interest of my work. I had to research them.
Yeah, of
But
course.
even then, like I
Hmm.
don't usually play that much.
So what do you play off stream or what have you played off stream? What have you
What I
enjoyed?
usually
What
play.
have you
What have I
enjoyed?
enjoyed? Mm. Still JRPGs, but I play like the more modern ones. Like I'm currently playing near Replicant.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's very fun. It's very niche. Still haven't finished it, even though it's been months. But I'm taking my sweet time because games are getting a little expensive now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have the money to shell out 3K
Yeah. Oh
every
yeah. Of
month.
course. It's so yeah.
Every
It's so
month.
much more expensive now.
Yeah.
As you
So
see.
like before I used to buy a game 3K and then like try to finish it as soon as possible so I know the story and I don't get spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I mean, life is tiring. I will play the game maybe 2 hours a day.
And then you get your time to for
Yeah,
yourself.
like I
Yes.
will. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, like I guess at some point, you really just try to make space for other things in your life. So and also like that way, I feel like my 3K is a lot more. Ano ba yung English ng sulit? Um,
Um. Let's just say it was worth it, or
it
I
will.
don't
It
know.
it
Like
it
makes.
makes it
No. I think I know.
economical.
No, no. There's. I remembered it. There's a word and then I forgot
There's a
it.
word,
There
but what
was
is it? Economical,
no, not oh, no.
cost efficient.
Savor. I was that's what I
Savor.
was thinking. Say you're savoring the money
That's for
that you spent.
food,
But
Faust.
you
That's
can
for
use that
food.
with anything else, right? You can
I am
savor
savoring.
the
To be
game.
fair, you can say, yeah, okay,
Oh,
that's
right.
fine. You
See.
can savor your time
Mm-hmm.
playing the game. Yeah. That's me. So it's been a few months and I'm not done, but I'm totally fine because it's 3K. I will make it last as soon as like as much as possible.
For sure, because it's so much. It's so expensive. Every game is so expensive now. Every
I
new game,
know.
and that you get the freaking Pokemon that I always complain about. I always complain about this. The freaking Pokemon is $60. This is the first
I
ever
know.
Pokemon game that was $60, and it's not. It doesn't even compare to the older games.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite Sword and Shield that I will never buy. I will never buy that
Oh,
game
so
because it's not
but you've never played.
Sword and Shield. No, never. I don't.
Oh,
I wouldn't buy it unless it went on sale, which
that's
it
fair.
wouldn't. It wouldn't because Nintendo doesn't. They don't ever put their big games on sale.
They never, because they
Never.
know they
Yeah.
know people will take advantage of that.
Yeah. I
But
don't think it's
I
worth it.
don't know.
That's why I'll never buy it.
I don't know. I feel like it's fine, but I guess you are coming from the perspective of somebody who loves the
Yeah.
series.
I
So
fucking love Pokemon, but yeah, I can't get behind the fact that Game Freak continues to screw their fans with shit like this. So yeah.
oh, it's okay. I guess like you and I, Square Enix and Game Freak fans. I mean, hot
although
garbage.
although I
Hot
wouldn't
garbage.
spend as much money as you have spent.
Okay, you win here. You
I have self control. I have
yeah.
some
You
sort of
have
self control.
you don't have to sugarcoat it. I mean, yes, you have the dignity. I am bowing, prostate. Square Enix, please. Just make my money worth it because you have it, please.
Yeah. I'll never stop complaining about that. But at least I don't know if you've heard of uh Pokemon Legends Arceus or
Yeah, I
Arceus.
heard about it.
Arceus apparently is how you say the name, not Arceus.
Oh, it's not Arceus.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
It's okay. I say it because I respect them for. They say it's Arceus. I'll say it's Arceus, but really, but yeah. So that's not Game Freak. So
Oh, really?
if I remember correctly, that isn't Game Freak. That's the reason, or maybe it is. I just
You're in
forgot,
denial.
or yeah, I just
Oh,
don't want to
okay.
say
You
that.
just
Look,
don't want to
look,
say.
literally, I'm telling you, everyone in chat, go to Google, search Game Freak, one word. The first one that I read, the first suggestion it gave me literally says Game Freak is lazy. That's not me. That was a suggestion
No,
that was
but to be
given.
fair, to be fair, I feel like every mad gamer says that about like big companies like Square
Especially for
Enix,
like your
lazy,
your
cop out.
favorite, yeah, their favorite.
Yeah, because they are. Sometimes.
Okay, no, it is Game Freak. Okay, it is Game Freak.
Okay, it's Game Freak. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
All right. Well, on that note, on the note that apparently I forgot that that's Game Freak, even though I don't like Game Freak right now.
Just now, right?
I think we're gonna go on a quick break because I have to use the bathroom real
Okay.
quick.
All right, no problem.
So Chad will be back. This is the I think this will probably go on for like 3 to 5 minutes. It won't take too long. We'll be right
See ya.
back real quick. So don't go anywhere. I don't have a be right back screen. So we're gonna go back to starting soon. All right.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. All right. Chat, we'll be right back. But for the meantime, enjoy these ads.
Ew.
Okay. Welcome back, chat. I don't know if you were here or
Hello,
went on a
hello.
bathroom break as well. Uh, but yeah, we have, if you haven't, if you weren't here earlier, we have Katsublaze with us. Exclamation point guest
Yes.
if you want to check out Katsu's stream and Twitter, Twitch and Twitter.
Twitch and Twitter. Yes.
We've been talking a lot, Katsu. So I think we can start off with something a little light so that we don't suddenly talk about serious stuff. Serious stuff like
Yeah.
flooding, which we for sure weren't talking about
Yeah,
off
we weren't,
stream.
yeah, just light stuff, like bro stuff. Definitely not
Just
about disaster relief.
okay, so this is something that I started doing, I think, 2 drinking streams ago. Having
Tradition.
a game and where we do shots. When we had our guest Kathleen Fire, that's when it started. We did drinking game. We do shots. Last week, the guest Captain Cinnamon didn't really do shots, so we played for gifted subs
Money.
for money. I mean, hey, it's
Ooh, I mean,
thankfully Twitch did adjust it, so it's much easier to support your streamers
yeah,
now.
that's true.
Which
That's true.
I mean, from 250 pesos to 100 pesos, a big freaking difference.
Yeah, super.
Yeah, because of this, I feel like I can support the people that haven't been able to support before. Because 100 pesos is not that big of an amount to take out of my wallet, especially when I'm supporting my friends or the people that I want to support on Twitch. So, if you want, it's up for grabs to keep, if to have gifted, but every time, so this we're doing a quiz.
A
A
quiz.
quiz.
All
Every
right.
time you get this incorrectly, you drink. Since you're not doing shots, and you're gonna drink your harder drink, which is strong zero, right?
Yep. It's on
Um,
3.
we'll do that. How about 2 seconds?
Wow. 2 whole seconds?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing a full. I'm not okay. I don't. It's not a full. It's a half shot. I'm doing a shot for
Okay,
your two
fine, fine.
seconds.
2 seconds.
Okay, and if you're up
All
to
right.
it, only if you're up to it, we
Full
can we
can.
can we can increase the stakes by having gifted subs as part. I'll gift you a sub if every time you get something correctly, you have to promise to give me a sub if you get it incorrectly, but you don't have to agree to that. You can just do the shots thing.
Always just elevate the shots. Isn't that for
Let's
better
elevate the
content?
shots.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, we are
Fuck shot.
moderate drinkers in this community.
We could have gotten gifted. Yeah, our easy gifted shots are gone. No, it's no, it actually doesn't.
I'm
It actually
sorry.
no, it actually doesn't doesn't. Um, uh, I don't really. I'm not affected by that. Just so
It's
you
okay.
know, just so you know, because I don't know if people might take
Just
that too
making it clear.
seriously. Because internet, they might take it the wrong way.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I
Especially
mean,
if you're streaming and someone is here for the first time.
yeah. Well, to be fair, for everyone who's watching, it's not that I'm stingy. It's just that I spent so much on alcohol just
No.
for tonight,
Yeah,
and it would
there's
be a
no.
shame if I just did not drink all of it.
He doesn't have to agree to it, so there's no reason to hate on. Yeah,
Please don't cancel
please.
me. I'm just a cat
Please.
boy.
Yeah,
I'm just a cat
we'll
boy.
cancel you.
Please,
We'll fucking cancel you before you
no,
cancel
no,
us.
don't do it.
No, we'll cancel chat. We'll cancel chat. Chat, you're canceled. As you cancel anyone in this stream, we'll cancel you. Ready? We're ready with Twitter. Be
I'll
afraid.
offer I'll drink as many shots as y'all want.
Okay. All right. Chat.
Just to put it on par.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in
Okay.
mind I only have 3 cans left. Please let us not go overboard and overestimate my capacity for alcohol here.
I mean, JJ's already
By
asking
the
for
way,
hydrate.
I know I was about to ask, like when they say hydrate, do we drink?
I drink water for hydrate
Oh,
mostly because I mean I can probably we can probably get away with it with all the different streamers, but Twitch, according to Twitch, it shouldn't be allowed to be a
oh,
channel point redemption
oh,
for
really?
you to, yeah, you shouldn't. I think that's one of the things that I because I searched for it, people say that it shouldn't be, it's like something that you should be careful of
Yeah, because
if you
some
ask
people
people.
might overdo
Yeah,
it.
because if you
Yeah.
ask people to donate or do channel point redemptions for you to drink, it's not
It's gonna
something that they
yeah,
want.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to put you in a very compromising
yeah, yeah.
situation.
That's why I drink my absolute original vodka, but it actually has water. Legitimately has water.
Oh, I like that campaign. I wanted
Yeah,
to
it's
get like a
cute.
bottle with that. It's
It's cute.
cute. It's cute. Mm.
I had one. I had another one, but we got rid of it.
Oh. Oh well. Guess that's an excuse to buy another bottle.
Yeah, but I can probably get away with hydrate being a shot. Okay, so here is the rules of the game. We are gonna play a
Already
quiz.
go.
I'm gonna quiz you on Pokemon because that's my
Dude,
shtick.
I've never
Okay,
played a Pokemon game
thank you for
ever.
letting me know because I was gonna ask. So because of that, uh, the way I'll do this is because this changes depending on how well you know Pokemon. So since you've never played any Pokemon, I have a list of Pokemon, both real and fake. I'm gonna read out their
Okay,
Pokédex
okay.
entries and the name of the Pokemon. And since you've never played the Pokemon, I'll even, you know, because I'm a good guy, a good friend, I will, good host, I will, nice guy, I will describe the Pokemon. And maybe that will jog your memory. I'll
Oh,
describe what it looks
okay.
like.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so
Sounds reasonable.
the
Sounds
only
reasonable.
it's a 50-50. I'm gonna give you the Pokédex entry, the name, what it looks like, or I'm gonna try my best to describe what it looks like. And all you have to say is if you think it's an actual
Real.
Pokemon or
Okay.
a fake Pokemon.
Okay.
Good. Every time you get it correctly, I'll take a shot. Every time I get it correctly, you drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
What's up?
are we going to alternate or
No, I'll just
no,
I'll
you
I'll
you will
ask.
just
I'll
say it.
ask. It's
So
just
every time I get it wrong.
you drink.
Yeah,
But if you get it right,
obviously.
I drink.
Okay, okay. Sounds reasonable. Okay.
All right. Okay.
This will be fun.
I have a list here. I'm not sure if we're gonna go through all of them because it's 10. And if you do 10 shot 10
20
mistakes,
seconds down the whole can.
that's that might be too much. We'll see.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure if I'll do all 10, but I prepared. Okay. So first up, we have the name of this Pokemon is Turblimp. 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 The Pokédex
Okay.
entry goes, it exhales a strange gas from its mouth. The gas is powerful enough to paralyze anything that inhales it. And I'll do my best to
Describe it.
to describe it. So Turblimp. How the fuck do I describe this thing? It's like it's a floating purple rock in the shape of a diamond, and it has two levitating purple rocks beside it. I think those act as either its arms, its hands, or just it's part of it's also a part of its body. It can control it. So it's
Don't tell
one.
me the element.
It's a diamond shaped rock. That's colored purple with two other floating diamond shaped rocks colored purple with red gems. So one red gem for each floating rock, and it also has eyes. That's all like I don't know how else to describe it other than what I just said.
Okay. Um, you're not gonna give me anything more. Like
That's
it's
it.
just
I don't
just
know
the
how
Pokemon,
else.
not the
The type.
elements
Okay, yeah,
or
sure. It's poison and fire type.
I'm gonna say it's real.
You can say it's real. Is that your final answer?
It sounds very Pokemon-y, and I think it exists.
Mm-hmm. So yes, that's your final answer.
Yes.
It is, in fact, fake. It is not a real Pokemon.
It sounded too good to be true. You were so
Blimp. If you want to
descriptive.
search it up, it's Blimp. Don't worry,
No.
all of them are very descriptive, so you're not gonna know which one is gonna sound fake or not.
None of them sound fake. Oh, okay, sige. 2 seconds. Two
Yeah,
seconds.
2 seconds. While you do that, I will prepare the next one. Are you
Okay.
good?
Yeah. 10 of these,
Next
huh?
one. Yeah, we have 10 of these. We'll see. I mean, depends on how many times you're gonna get it incorrectly. If you get a lot of them incorrect, maybe we'll
Oh, you're gonna feel sorry for me?
yeah,
Is that it?
I'm nice.
All right. We'll see where this goes.
Okay.
I
Next
could be
one.
lucky.
We have Cosmog. It's Cosmog. Cosmog. The Pokédex entry goes, even though it's helpless, gaseous body can be blown away by the slightest breeze. It doesn't seem to care. And then what it looks like, it is basically fart. It looks like a fart cloud.
Looks like a fart.
It's a cloud. It's a small cloud that
Okay.
the design looks like it has a very galactic theme. Like a space theme. It's purple with like it looks like they're the how stars shine. So it looks spacey, but it's a cloud with spacey colors. So purple, pink, blue, and it has like sparkles.
How the heck? Hmm. 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 I don't know if you can draw that in Pokemon style. Okay. It sounds like it's fake, but the first one is fake. So I'm going to assume it's true this time. And it doesn't sound like something you can draw in the style of Pokemon unless yeah, I'm not gonna Google it obviously. But like okay, lock in.
Locking
It's
in, it's real.
it's real. It's real.
So you went with your gut last time. You're not going with your gut this time. Your gut seems like it's always incorrect for now. So yeah, it is correct for you to not go with it. It is a real Pokemon.
I
I think I just described it very
noted.
shitty. The shitty way for describing it. It's a literal
I'm going
cloud.
to search it. I wonder what it looks like. What's it called?
Cosmog. Cosmog. It's like a
Cosmog?
cloud, small piece of cloud, and spacey.
It sounds really cute. Oh,
Yeah.
you're right.
Mhm.
It is like Spacey. Looks like a fart.
Yes, a
I
fart.
guess you're not wrong.
And to that, I will take my first shot.
Yes. Okay, that's one, and I'm already happy. I was going to be satisfied if I just got one right. I've already hit my threshold. All right.
All right,
All right.
let's do that. Next up, we have Meloetta. The melodies sung by Meloetta have the power to make Pokemon that hear them happy or sad. And Meloetta, um, it's what's this, like a fairy? It doesn't have wings, but it looks like it's a small creature. The hair has, you know how um piano pieces have the 5 lines.
Yeah.
Is it 5 or 4? I don't remember if it's 5 or 4 lines.
Five lines.
5 lines.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
That's the hair. It has green hair, and it has the um
That's the piano staff.
piano
Yeah.
staff. Yeah, it
Mm.
has small circles for each note on the hair, and it's like a small humanoid fairy creature that doesn't really have wings. It's Meloetta. Meloetta.
Sounds like almost all fairy like Pokemon. Um. Gosh, why does my knowledge only go up to Bulbasaur?
That's literally the first Pokemon.
It's the first gen.
And you know that's actually the first Pokemon ever. That's
Ever?
that's
Not
that's
Pikachu?
number one. That's
Oh,
Pokemon. Bulbasaur is Pokemon number one in the
respect for
Pokédex.
Bulbasaur. Anyway, I think that I think this is false. I think this is false because like this could I have an image in my head, but I'm not trusting my gut.
Trusting your gut.
I'm not trusting my gut.
Is that
This
your
is the
final?
opposite.
Is that your final?
Oh, yeah, it's my final.
All right. I don't know. This time your gut was correct. It's a real Pokemon. This was introduced in
What?
What generation was this? I think it's Gen 7? Gen 5 actually.
Gen 5?
Generation 5. That
How
was
many
Pokemon
generations
Black
are
and
there?
White. It is currently Generation 8? No. I don't know. Fuck. What's Sword and Shield? Fuck that game. What generation is that? I think it's
Whatever the fuck.
I think there are 9
Doesn't
generations or
exist.
8. Okay, Toop says there's 8, so there's 8. Sword and Shield is 8. So yeah, this was
Okay.
introduced 3 generations ago. Yeah, it does have hair that has the
I don't
piano.
believe it.
You search for it.
Google is wrong. Google is wrong.
It's
It doesn't
Meloetta.
All
Meloetta.
right. You win. I'm already satisfied. I got one right.
You got your one
I got
correct.
my one correct. This is fine. This is all just a bonus from this point on. All right. I'm gonna drink.
All right, I'll prepare the next one. How's that? How is that drink?
How is this drink?
Yeah.
I'm drinking the Suntory Strong Zero Toripuru Grape.
Oh, grape. Nice.
No, I did not read that right. Peachy. It's peach.
It's peach. Oh, you
It
read?
is peach.
You read
Yeah, I'm reading the katakana.
katakana. There we go. I was gonna ask. What's the other
Toripuru
one?
Peachy.
Katakana, and then there's
Hiragana. And
Hiragana.
then there's kanji. To be honest, I retained absolutely nil from my Japanese class except for reading katakana and hiragana.
yeah. At least you got something.
Yeah,
least you
it's something. It's something. Yeah.
All right.
Good. It's pretty good though. I feel like peach flavors never really fail.
I
The
don't.
others hits or misses.
No.
Lemon.
I think
kind of-
soju peach
Soju
is
peach
not.
not it.
It's not that good. I think it's okay.
Oh,
It's not really
it's
that
just
good
okay.
for me. For me.
I feel like the peach just looks nice. In theory, it's just nice because it's
Yeah.
pink.
It looks nice.
Mm, it
All right.
looks nice.
We have the fourth
Okay.
one. This Pokemon is Pumpkid.
Again?
Pumpkid. Pumpkid.
PUMPKID. Okay.
And the Pokédex entry goes, the pumpkin is part of its body. When it senses danger, it hides its lower half and pretends to be a normal pumpkin. And I don't know, it looks like a small rat Pokemon that's color green, and it holds up you know how you make pumpkin faces for Halloween?
Carve them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
carve. It's like the upper half of it, so it has eyes and the nose. It carries that around. So I think that's what the Pokédex means by it covers itself with a pumpkin. It just carries it, and then I
So
guess
it's
it
a
just
rat.
hides. It
It's a
looks like a
green
small
rat,
rat. I don't know. I don't know if
and
you'd
it's
say it's a
carrying a
rat, but
pumpkin.
it's like it's like a green rat in the sense that Pikachu looks like a rat.
Pikachu
So
doesn't look like a rat. It looks like a
mouse. Pikachu is a mouse Pokemon, so
yeah, yeah.
I guess
Okay,
I
so
don't
it
know.
doesn't look like a rat.
So whatever Pikachu looks like, it looks kind of similar to that.
Okay,
It's color green
I
and holds
can
a pumpkin.
imagine your point, but Pokemons don't look practical, you know? They always kind of look like they shouldn't be able to exist in real life. And I can
Are you
imagine a rat
sure?
carrying, based on my knowledge
Okay,
of
based
Gen
on your
1,
knowledge.
uh, I'm gonna, oh God. Am I gonna go with my gut? Come on, gut!
It was correct once.
It was correct once. And I've drank twice. um, I don't think I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real.
You don't think it's
It's
real?
false. I think it's too practical.
It's too practical, you say.
A rat carrying a pumpkin. I can see that
Mm-hmm.
in real life.
It looks like
If
a
the rats are
fat
smart.
Pikachu. No, not really. No,
A fat
a
Pikachu.
fatter, not really a fat Pikachu. A fatter Pikachu carrying
A
a pumpkin.
fatter Pikachu?
So you're gonna stick with that? With it's fake?
It's not. It's fake. It's fake.
You're saying it's fake?
It's fake.
It is fake.
Yeah!
Nice.
What can I say? I am Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, Sherlock
Catcher.
Holmes, who is 50% correct. So far, you've been correct 50% of the time. You're two
What can I say,
for
man? What
four.
can I say?
You're 2 for 4. So this is my second shot.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. My luck. My luck. My deductive reasoning. It's off the charts right now.
It's 50% is off the charts.
More than my usual, which is like 0%.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a big difference. Okay, next up we have Willisp. 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 And this Pokemon's Pokédex entry is a nocturnal Pokemon. Sightings of ghosts or floating fireballs usually turn out to be a wild Willisp. And it's basically just a ball and fire. So a wisp.
Just one ball
Yeah, with eyes. With yellow
with
eyes.
eyes.
And surrounded by like flame. So like a wisp.
Okay.
That's it. And it's colored purple. The flame is what's this? Like purple and red? Oh, no, it's violet. I think the ball is like violet. It's dark with yellow eyes, and then the fire is purple and red.
Okay, so in this one, convention, I tabled with somebody who sold Pokemon stickers.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw something similar,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if it's called Willis. And I regret not asking them. Oh my god.
Well, I guess you just have to
I'm having a
try to remember.
breakdown. Oh my god. I see it. Oh god.
Mhm.
Based on my memory, I'm going to say it's true. It's real.
You're gonna say Willis is real. Final
Willisp is
answer.
real based on what I've seen on her table.
Okay. The
I'm ready
correct
to drink though.
answer is yeah. Go drink. It is fake. It is not a real Pokemon. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think about what Pokemon you're thinking of or what you're trying to
It
remember.
was it was kind of shadowy, and it was definitely, it didn't have a form. It didn't have a form.
What's that? I don't know. Maybe
What if she? Oh my god! What
maybe
if they were
it's
just punking me? Like, what if it's not Pokemon? What the hell?
because the only thing I
What
can
in the
think
hell?
of right now is maybe Rotom. Because Rotom takes on different forms.
Well, don't ask me, man. I mean, I won't be able to confirm it either way.
Because Rotom is like a ghost type Pokemon, and it's like it's not really a wisp.
It's like
But
it.
it
It looks very Halloweeny.
Halloweeny.
Okay,
Is
maybe it
that
wasn't complete.
Litwick? I'm thinking of Litwick, who
Maybe
is a
it wasn't
candle.
completely for. Yeah, maybe it kind of is. It was kind of like a wisp in a furniture thing.
Oh,
Oh,
because
an object. I don't know. I don't
Litwick
know.
is literally a candle. So maybe you're just remembering
Litwick. I'm
you're
just remembering
remembering
the flame.
the flame on its head.
Litwick.
It
Oh
does have
no, no,
yellow eyes.
that's like candle. You know,
Yeah,
that's like
that's a
candle.
candle. Okay,
The color scheme was like black, orange, red.
okay. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll
This is
think.
the real quiz.
Maybe I'll remember it later. We'll see.
All right, all right, all right.
But Willis is not a real Pokemon, sadly.
Damn it, I was sabotaged.
That's
I don't even know if
three.
that was real.
That's 3 for 5. Okay, since it's technically it's not. That's you haven't blanked too much. We can go. We can continue.
We can continue.
Yeah, we
All
can.
right, all right. Yeah.
All right, sixth one. We have this Pokemon's name is Plasmox. Plasmox.
Okay.
The Pokédex entry goes, it enjoys generating electricity. Many people use one as power source for their homes. And it looks like a bunny that's yellow with pink accents.
It sounds really
It's
cute.
like a Vulpix,
Oh, it looks
but
like a Vulpix.
it's like a Vulpix, but it doesn't stand on 4 legs. It's like that's why I said it's like a bunny because it has 2 standing legs and like arms. But I guess you can say
Nice.
it might look like a Vulpix standing
Wait,
up.
wait, what's the Pokédex entry again?
It enjoys generating electricity. Many people use one as a power source for their homes.
So
Basically,
what?
I guess a
Everyone has one?
portable generator. You just use a Pokemon as a generator.
Can you use Pokemon as a generator?
Maybe.
I don't think that's ethical, so I think I'm gonna say it's false.
You're gonna say it's false? Are you going with that answer? With final answer.
The chances. They just do labor. Unpaid.
Yeah, you literally have Pokemon that are there just to be
Just
nurses.
to
They're not. They're
just to do
nothing
it.
else but nurses.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh God!
There's nothing ethical.
If you hear about the other Pokédex entries, the real Pokédex entries, they get messed up. So I'm not. That's not like a hint or
Okay.
anything for this one.
Okay. So okay, morality does not exist. Period.
I'm telling you, I'm
In
not.
Pokemon.
Yeah, this Pokemon that I'll mention is not in this list, but you have a Pokemon that the goal of that Pokemon is to lure kids,
Into
and
what?
I
Lure
think
them into what?
gets their
Never
soul or
mind.
something.
Don't answer it. Don't answer it. I don't want to know. I'm not playing Pokemon anymore.
February, I think that's its Pokédex entry. It's pretty
Okay.
dark.
Okay. Okay, morality aside, it's a bunny. It looks like a Vulpix, but it doesn't stand on four
Yeah,
legs.
it's like a
Pink,
bunny.
yellow and pink.
Hmm.
What's the element?
It is. It's literally just electric type. No,
False. Okay, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick to
stick
it.
to false.
Stick to false.
It is indeed false. Yeah, it is not true.
God, that's terrible. Having one Pokemon in your house just to be the Meralco? Horrible.
Hey, at least that
Horrible.
solves a lot of people's problems.
It does solve a lot of
Hmm.
problems.
Hmm.
I feel like it's unethical, but if we had like a portable generator like that, well, we
I
could just
mean,
get
if they're
solar panels.
happy to do it,
Yeah, if they're happy to do, they like doing it. Apparently, in the
maybe they just
Pokédex entry,
naturally, if they naturally just produce that amount of.
yeah, just make the house beside their habitat and just like, can I get some of that electricity? It's such a waste.
So you're 3 for 6. It's still 50%. You've literally gone from wrong to correct to wrong to correct to wrong to correct. So let's see if that
Consistent.
let's see if that
I say
stays.
consistency is key for anything
Consistency
in
is.
life.
Mhm,
All
mhm,
right, all
mhm.
right.
Okay, the next one is Relicanth.
Oh, okay.
Relicanth, the Pokedex entry goes, the reason it hasn't changed at all in 100 million years is that it's apparently already a perfect life form. Yes, that is the Pokedex entry, and it looks like a regular old fish but brown, because
Way
I think
that's
because
real. No
relic,
way.
because
It's a
relics.
relic.
So I guess
And it
that's
hasn't changed
because
in
it's brown. So that I feel like it's because it's water rock. If you're gonna ask later.
water rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
a
why it's
brown
brown.
fish.
Yeah, so I feel like
It's a brown
it's a
fish.
fish that probably feels like a rock if you hold it.
I
It's
can
probably a
imagine.
fish that's
I
as
can
hard as a rock.
imagine. Okay. Okay. Um,
It's called
it doesn't
Relica.
sound real. No way there's a Pokemon like that. No, false.
False.
It's so normal. False. It doesn't sound like it should exist
Are you
as a
you sticking
Pokemon.
with false?
Yeah, like I don't care if my gut is wrong. This is my truth as a person.
You're go- It is a real Pokemon.
Dude, what the hell? What's it called? Relicanth?
Relicanth. Relicanth. It's Relicanth.
No way. Does it look like a fish that's just
Yes, it's a
brown?
literal fish
Oh,
that's just brown.
crusty ass fish. Okay, to be fair, I was thinking of a tilapia, but like
Oh.
this is kind of like crusty. This is a
Mhm.
crusty fish. So that kind of justifies it in my head. But
Yeah,
when
I'm
you said
sorry.
like, oh, it's a brown fish, I was
Yeah,
like,
because I don't know
like
how
every
the hell
fish
do
in
I
the world.
describe this? It looks like a generic fish to my eyes.
It's not. I mean, I wouldn't see that in the palengke. I would not. I would not. Okay. All
You
right.
have to deal with that.
I'll take that L. I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah,
that
okay.
L. I
You have
mean,
to
I'm
deal with the fact that I'm
yeah.
probably not that good with describing things.
Okay, fine. I'll drink to that. I'll drink. I'm almost done with the can. Maybe we'll finish it
Maybe we'll
by the end
finish
of the
it.
quiz.
So you've got this one incorrectly, assuming that we're gonna stick with
Oh my god, this is so much pressure. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay.
I'm just going to get it right.
All right. This Pokemon is named Volcarona. The Pokédex
Things that don't
entry
sound
goes.
real.
The Pokédex entry goes. When volcanic ash darkened the atmosphere, it is said that Volcarona's fire provided a replacement for the sun. And it looks like
Okay.
a hairy moth with
Oh,
wings that have 3 flaps per wing.
three flat. Okay.
Because you know how butterflies have 2 flaps, or I don't know how you call it. What do you call them?
Their wings.
No, like right, a butterfly's singular wing is separated into 2 sections. Or
Okay,
can you?
there. Oh, well, I
Do you
think they
get
just
what?
call it a wing, dude.
But
Yeah,
but do you get what I'm
in
saying?
a butterfly, there's
There's
like
like two.
one,
That's one, two.
two,
This one has like one, two,
two,
and then
three.
3 per wing. And it's like I don't know, like a hairy moth. Is how I'll describe it. It's a moth with hair with fur. Or maybe moths have fur and I just don't know.
Moths do have fur. That's why they're not butterflies. Okay.
Wait, is it actually Oh, yeah, moths are fur.
Moths are super furry.
Okay,
I have an interesting story about
it's
that, but
not
that's for
full,
next
it's
time.
like half fur. Okay, it's half
It's
fur.
half
Its top
fur.
half has fur or hair, I don't know. And then the bottom half is
Not. It's
not.
naked.
It's not. Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough to go. What's it called again?
It's Volcarona. It's bug fire type.
Well, no shit, it's bug. Considering it looks like a fucking moth. Considering a lot of Pokemons, I think look like moths.
Mhm.
So bad.
What
I don't know
is
how many moth-looking Pokemons exist.
Yeah,
I only know one.
oh.
I don't even know the name of it, but
Oh.
all I know is that there's a Pokemon in the Pokemon anime where
Okay. Yeah, I think I know.
anyway Ash was in it. Well, wait, never mind. Ash is in all of them.
Yes, actually, Ash
Damn
is
it.
the main character.
Okay. That aside, I think it's real.
Is
I
that
think
your
it's
final
real.
answer?
It's my final answer.
You've literally gone 50%. It is real. Next challenge, have me describe a real Pokemon and see if it passes. Yeah, I don't know. Watch me describe Bulbasaur and you feel like it's not a real Pokemon.
That sounds right.
You know how I'll describe Bulbasaur? I'll probably say Bulbasaur is like a fat frog with a leaf on its back.
Don't
With
be
a bulb
mean.
on
Don't
its back.
be
I'm not mean,
mean.
hey, I love Bulbasaur.
Grandpa Bulbasaur?
I think Bulbasaur is like my favorite
Oh.
starter from Gen 1. Frog plus Grass Bob. See? Oh! See? I'm good at describing. I mean, fuck Bulbasaur. Fuck you.
Bulbasaur has rights, man.
Bulbasaur is the
Bulbasaur
best
has
starter.
rights. I think my favorite when I was young was Squirtle. Because I think it just came from the fact that I liked water related stuff. So I was like, well, by default, I guess Squirtle is my favorite.
Squirtle's my least favorite one.
Oh, it's okay. I understand. Everyone can dislike anything they
Yeah.
want.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
All right, we have that. We have two more. Okay, we've gone four for eight. You've gone four correct, four incorrect.
Let's
We'll
see if we
see.
stay
We'll see. We'll
consistent.
stay consistent. Um, Next up we have matchup. Matchup.
Match up. That's real. It exists.
Are you sure? Let me read the Pokédex entry first. You said you don't know any Pokemon. I just went with the list that I had. I didn't question it. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's not real.
Okay,
Maybe
go.
you're
Okay, go,
incorrect.
go. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
It
wrong. Go,
loves
go,
to
go.
work out and build its muscles. It is never satisfied even if it trains hard all day long. Oh, how relatable.
So relatable. Oh my god, like I'm gonna work out right after this actually. Because I get
Do you actually work out?
no. Well, to be fair,
Get
no,
called out.
to be
Holy shit.
I'm not gonna lie, the joke. I do, just not as often as I like.
Mm-hmm,
But I do like working out.
mm-hmm.
I just
Understandable.
need like the gym equipment for it. And it's not here in my vicinity.
Okay. Oh yeah. We have here. I have
Oh really?
weights. I have like the bench. Although I think the last time I
You have
worked
a
out,
bench?
yeah, because we bought
Wow.
one. The last one I actually worked out was like 2 3 weeks ago. So
Well, you know what? Fair. That's fair. I only have a foam roller.
oh, we just recently got that. I got that from
It's
Shopee
so
literally today.
useful.
It also
Oh,
it feels so good. It feels so good.
it's great. Like especially since like anyway. So anyway, that we're delving into our life. Anyway, match up.
Matchup
Match
is,
up.
I mean, obviously, it's a real Pokemon.
You
I
brought that on
mean,
yourself,
yeah, I don't
man.
know. I just
You
went
brought that
with
on
it.
yourself. I appreciate the dignity in sticking to your list.
You did say you haven't played, so I assume there might have been a chance that you wouldn't know what matchup is.
You know, fair to assume because I'm also surprised that that stuck to my memory. I I haven't played Pokemon, but there was this. I think there was a situation where I needed to know the Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't related to the game.
Okay.
So I had the chart of all the Pokemons in first gen
Okay.
in like the corner of our room for a bit.
Okay. Thankfully, we have one last. If this
Oh my
was
god.
real or this was fake, whether or not it's real or fake, this isn't Gen 1.
This isn't Gen 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's real or fake, it's not Gen 1. So if you get this incorrect, you literally go 50%. We went 50% for the whole quiz. If you get it correctly, what's 6 out of 10?
I am
60%.
God.
Yeah.
I'm God.
All
If we
right.
get
You're God.
60%.
60%. I think 6 out of 10 is 60%.
All right, all right.
Okay, last one. The name of this Pokemon is Modra. Modra. Mod.
Modra.
Yeah. Modra. The Pokédex entry goes, when it senses danger, it curves its body upward at nearly 90 degrees. It injects poison into prey through its fangs. And it's it's literally a purple lizard. And the pose is, it's like it's doing that. It's curving upward. Like it's on four legs and it's It's like that. Looking
If
at
it's
you.
real, it sounds real dumb.
It's like that. It's looking at you like
Oh
with a
god.
real
Okay.
smug look on its
With a
face.
real smug face.
Mm-hmm. And it's poison type.
Poison.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds real dumb.
It's a
Real
purple
dumb. A
lizard.
purple lizard that bends over 90 degrees
Bends
and
90 degrees.
bends 90 degrees
What does it say?
and poisons.
Yeah. With its fan.
Poisons the enemy
With
90
its fangs, yeah.
degrees.
When it senses danger, it curves its body upward at nearly 90 degrees. And it, from what I'm looking at, it does look like it's looking up 90 degrees. It actually is doing that in the icon.
Okay. Sounds so dumb. I'm going to say, even if it's dumb, valid.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Is it real or not?
So, Modra?
Mm-hmm.
Modra?
Yeah, Modra, Modra. It's a
Okay.
lizard Pokemon.
It sounds like a Pokemon. I feel like I've heard of a Pokemon that sounds like it. So I'm kind of inclined to say it's true.
Mm-hmm.
But when you described it,
Okay, well, all right.
um, hmm. But also, if it's valid, I mean, at some point, Pokemon creators run out of juice, right? So I guess it could exist.
I'm telling you now, since we're at the last one, we have a literal Pokemon that's an ice cream cone. It's an ice cream with it's ice cream cone with a sundae, ice cream sundae, and it evolves to an ice cream with two sundaes, which evolves into an ice cream with three sundaes. Yeah, that's how that Pokemon
Is
evolves.
it fairy type?
It's ice type.
It's icy. I was going to say that's valid if it's fairy because they're always so weird. Um,
Oh no, it evolves into a Pokemon with two scoops. From one to just
to
a bigger
two
one
to a bigger one to
to
two.
two scoops, yeah. So that's since we're at the last part, that's the reason
I'm
why
gonna say it's real.
gonna say it's real.
I'm just it's just like the moral thing to say because
Mm-hmm.
if I said it was false because it's really dumb and it actually does exist, I mean like I don't want to shit on anyone's creation. That's fine. You're valid.
Okay. So you're locking that in?
I'm
It's
locking it in.
real?
It's
It
real.
is fake. It is not real.
Dumbass! Sounds like a dumbass Pokemon.
You actually went 50%. You actually went
That's
50%. Hey,
good.
I'm gonna say there is actually a Pokemon that is a literal lizard and it just looks sassy. If you look at it, if you
I
can
think there
search,
are lots of geckos.
look
There are
for
lots of
Salandit.
gecko-looking Pokemon.
Search
Solandit?
for Salandit, Salandit. It looks
Salandit?
sassy. The way it's ice, it looks like it's smirking.
I felt that is actually a pretty solid Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know that's a solid Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you said like you were like it's purple and I was like okay, and then when you said it was like it bends 90 degrees and I was just like that looks so dumb in my head.
Well, you should have
I know
stuck with your.
my gut was right this time. God. Okay, whatever.
All right, you owe us one final drink. I've had 5 shots. You've had
Fine.
10
10
seconds
sips.
of drinking, of sips. So it's just fine.
It's fine. I mean, in the end, we're here to drink. This is a win-win. quite literally, since both of us tried.
Yeah.
Same
Right.
amount. Same amount.
Yep.
Man, this makes me want
Um.
to play Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, I love Pokemon. The science. I feel like science started getting rougher now, but I mean it makes sense because they've been making Pokemon since
God knows
90.
what era.
Yeah, 90s.
Prehistoric. The as a retro gamer, prehistoric times.
Yeah, so it's just understandable. Yeah, so we're done with games. We can go back to actually talking about topics again. But before we do that, we're gonna go on a short break because I have to use the bathroom again because of I
Again,
think the
again.
5 shots did.
Knocked you out.
Yeah, I have to
What
use
can
the
I say?
bathroom.
What can I say?
So chat, we will be right back. Quick, like 3 to 5 minutes. Thank you for the follow. I don't want to say your name, so I'll just say thank you. We'll be right back. I'm so sorry. This will be quick,
All
just three
right,
to
all
five
right.
minutes, and yeah, stay tuned. Hello, hi, we're back. Chat, how was your
Hello.
bathroom break? Hope it was nice. Hope you released.
Hope it was great.
I hope you released everything you had to release.
A productive bathroom
A
break.
very productive bathroom break. Um. So since we're done with the game, we can go back. We done with playing. We can go back to actually discussing
Talking.
stuff, talking
All
about
right, all
stuff.
right.
And this is something. Okay, this is something that Kurt, a friend of mine on chat, brings up quite often now. Is Axie? Have you ever tried Axie?
Uh, I actually only heard about it recently. That's the game, right? That
Mm.
uses Bitcoin.
Yeah, it uses. Does it use Bitcoin? I actually don't know. I just know it. It's a crypto game.
It's a crypto game.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, I know there's a very popular crypto game. It's like, not sure if it involved like cookies or cats or both. Crypto
Okay.
cats, crypto cookies.
Cookies,
I don't
cat.
know.
Okay.
I know like it was a site, and then it was sort of like, you I don't know how these things work. You there's an avatar assigned to certain amounts of Bitcoin, I think. Then you can opt to buy one, then invest, take care, whatnot. Personally, I don't know too much about it. So obviously, like I've never really looked into it. I've only looked into traditional stocks, local. So I don't know how it works. But if it makes the whole act enjoyable, why not? Because there are people who there are people who genuinely enjoy looking at the stock market chart,
Yeah.
looking at it rise and fall, and get the thrill of seeing their money drop in real time. That could be fun for some, not fun for others. So it if it makes the whole process enjoyable to people who would otherwise be interested, why not?
Because I've
Have
never,
you
I've
have you
never, I've never tried the game, but I just know that everyone's been playing it, whether or not people were into crypto before
mm,
the whole uh game became popular.
oh, so
But
Axie, I assume, is the most notable one.
yeah, because I don't really know anything else. I actually did not. I didn't know the one that you mentioned, cat. The
I know, I'm sorry, I'm super fake news, friends. If correct me if I'm wrong, but I know like there's a very cutesy kawaii version of like crypto games, and it had some. It's either cookies or cats. I'm not sure. Again, like it's not something I super got into.
okay. Because I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are getting into uh Axie Infinity mostly because they feel like if you go into Axie, you can, right? Because Axie Infinity is a game where you can, I guess, get money by playing.
Yeah, because that's the lure, right?
Yeah.
You're actually dealing with money and stuff.
But I feel like you don't really get much out of it. Like, how much do you even get from here? Because I know there's like lots of um negative stories about it. I haven't
Oh, really? From Axie in
like
particular?
controversial, not necessarily negative, but I've heard there are like controversial stuff with Axie. Not
Hmm.
particularly sure about what, but I've just heard that it's a pretty controversial game. Is what I know.
Controversial kasi indicates that there's a question tapos sobrang wait, sorry, we're supposed to Englishify it for everyone, right? So um when you say controversial, it means that
Like
there's usually a
in an
polarizing opinion,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what are the two sides?
It's
Cuz
like
honestly, I know nothing about it.
I don't know, because I just remember I think someone brought up the fact that Because there are lots of, I think there've been a growing amount of streamers or content
Streamers.
creators, yeah,
Oh.
or content creators that stream Axie, and I feel like it's
Mm,
not all positive in terms of how people uh feel about about these
mm,
streamers that stream. I don't know if it's because they're just oh, you're just into
jealous.
Axie because everyone's doing Axie. You're not actually gonna
Oh,
get
yeah.
rich off of it. Cause I don't know. I feel like a lot of
Like they're
people
skeptic.
are yeah. I feel like a lot of people are into playing Axie just because they feel like they're gonna actually get
They're gonna earn big.
anything
Yeah.
out of it. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think that could be said for stocks in general.
Mm-hmm.
There's this really big allure of doing short term. I think the term they use, sorry, the term they use is short term trading, right? Um, that's when like you log in, start of the when the stock market opens. You monitor all the stocks, and then you buy when it's low, sell when it's high,
Mm-hmm.
and then you conclude for the day. The allure there is that you will be able to earn a lot if you are lucky. But if you're not very good at interpreting trends, or if they're just unlucky, because there's luck is always a factor, right? It's not gonna work out well. So I think that kind of fear, it carries over also into crypto games, because ultimately crypto games are essentially stock, right?
Yeah.
This is just
More
the
or less, I
stock
guess.
market. This is just the stock
It's just stock
market.
market gamified.
Gamify, one, gamified, and two, it's crypto. So you've got that extra layer of, oh, nobody owns it, it's all
Mm-hmm.
decentralized, blah blah blah. That's the
Yeah.
whole lure of cryptocurrency and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, it reminds me of this article I read, because for a while NFTs were such a big
Yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah,
before.
okay. Yeah, I do remember
Yeah.
NFTs.
Yeah, like NFTs, I guess for people who aren't super aware, these are essentially art pieces that are sold uh on through servers. So essentially, and they're essentially bought with cryptocurrency. So you could technically own a piece of digital art, and it's only solely owned by you. You have a certification for it, and you can buy this certification that you own this piece of digital art through crypto, right? And parang, of course, there will be some people who will say like, yeah, it doesn't not worth much because this is internet and the stocks will crash. But then in the end, it's it's helped out some people. If it helps you, it's good, but it's one thing you have to get out of your head. It's that it's not easy money. You know,
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people
yeah,
get into it just because they feel like, oh, I probably get money out of it. Yeah, but it's
yeah,
probably it's so much more than
yeah,
just getting into a game and
yeah.
getting
Like
rich out of it.
just because you're a gamer doesn't mean you're gonna get good
Yeah,
at the stocks, man.
yeah. Like if someone suddenly starts going into the stock market, you're not gonna get rich that fast, especially if you don't really know anything about it.
Yeah, I think it's something. It's a skill actually.
Mhm.
Like a lot of people think it's like a get rich quick scheme, but even for short term traders, it's a skill that you can kind of foster. I mean, for me, like this is coming from a person who's only attended a seminar, so I'm not really, I'm not really speaking from experience
Okay.
here. But I went to a financial stocks seminar, kasi, and because I was interested in opening an account, but for local accounts, right? Because they say that they say that it's better to put your money long term into stocks versus a bank
Mm-hmm.
because the inter because the stocks keep up with inflation better versus the interest rates of banks. So I went to one, and then that's what she said. The lady who gave the seminar, that um it's rarely a get rich quick scheme. Even like the whole short term trading, you can only really get good at it if you do it for a long time, because that way, through your experience, you can kind of intuitively grasp, oh, is this going up, will it stay up, will it go down, stuff
Yeah.
like that. I'm so curious though, like with Axie, what do you do, what's gamified about it,
I,
do you know?
all I know is the fact that Kurt mentioned that it's basically like Pokemon. I don't know what that means. I think I've seen
Okay.
images of it, or clips of it where in Axie you have different uh creatures, whatever you call them. They're obviously not Pokemon. They have different creatures, and I guess
Aximons.
wait, are they actually called Aximons?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I thought maybe you.
I don't know. I don't know nothing. I think that's a disclaimer for everyone in this chat. I know nothing.
But that's what I've heard is the fact that Kurt just called it. A friend of mine just said that it's basically just Pokemon, and then from what I've seen, is you basically collect. I don't know if you collect or do whatever, but there are different creatures or different axie mons or
Points?
whatever you call them, the creatures thing,
Creatures, yes.
and then you use them to farm. I don't.
No, that's valid. That's valid. I feel like there are games, they're not necessarily crypto, but you just raise them.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
just
basically
raise
it.
them. That's basically it. So it's basically like a simulation, like a farming simulation, except instead of gaining gamified points, you actually earn money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's
or
pretty
do you?
wild.
I mean, I don't know if you actually earn money or you feel like you might earn money. Is
Well, that's a given. Like when you get into this Axie Infinity, you're not there for the fun. You're there for the money,
yeah,
right?
because I feel like no one's
No
getting
one's
into
really there
Axie
for the
Infinity.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the
yeah, yeah.
gameplay, the riveting gameplay of I don't even
Of
know what you
stocks.
do in this game. What do you even do with Axie Infinity? We're talking so much about it. We don't even know shit about
I
this
know.
game.
They're just called Axies, sabi nito.
Yeah, apparently.
They're not called Aximons. Sorry. Sorry.
I thought you knew, so I was like, oh yeah, maybe they are called
I
Aximons.
have reiterated multiple times. I don't know anything about this thing. I'm only just going off my basic knowledge of stocks, and I don't even think that's valid for Axie.
All right, well, fuck it. We're done with this conversation that we don't even actually know that much about.
TLDR stocks. If you are having fun, go. If not, why are you there?
Yeah, it also it's not as easy as you think it
It's
is.
not get rich quick.
It's not. It's not.
Period.
Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
true. Truly.
Or you can just pay someone to do it for you.
Oh, but there are people like that
Yeah,
though,
exactly.
like financial advisors.
No,
I feel
not
like
financial advisors. Like people who actually do stocks for you. I think they're called. Aren't they called
stock
something else?
brokers.
Stockbrokers.
No,
Yeah,
they're not. No, they're. But they don't advise you.
yeah.
Like
They deal with the stocks for you.
they deal the stocks for you, but you make the decisions. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like financial advisors are the people who are like, "Hey, how are you? How have you been? It's been 10 years.
So I see
You want
that you've
insurance?
bought this.
I see that. Have you considered your
Mm,
life plan 10 years into the future?
have you considered not buying this?
Oh gosh, I love how that's like the default of every. I mean, not every, but like a good chunk of people do get into the hobby of becoming a financial advisor. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, sure. Well, we're not
I
gonna
think
talk
insurance is
about.
important,
Of
but
course, yeah, sure, insurance is important. It's just so hard to get in. So hard. It's a difficult thing for especially Filipinos because
it's so
I think
expensive.
most Filipinos don't. Yeah, you think about daily expenses more than.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Then like safeguarding, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, same. I feel like insurance is something only reserved for people who have the money
Yeah.
to do it. I mean, for those who don't know, actually, because I feel like it's not really talked about a lot, but insurance is really just you pay a set amount to a company and every month, and in return the company will ensure that you get certain things for free. That's what insurance is. Because for me, I didn't know what having insurance meant when I had it. I was just kind of roped in by my friend. I was very naive. She was like, I was very naive. She was like, how are you, Katsu? Like, it's been a while. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's been a while. And she's like, you want to have dinner? And I was like, okay, let's have dinner. And then in the dinner, she was just like, have you thought about your life?
Okay.
About what you could get into. And then that was her intro to giving me insurance.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you all the time, all the time. They always think like, oh, they're just catching up. But no, they'll bring out the line
Yeah.
like, actually we're not really sure of what happens 5 years, 10 years
Mhm.
down the line.
Here's my card.
Here's my card.
It's very
Yeah.
naturally hands you their card.
They're trained. They're trained.
Mm-hmm.
But it is important. If you can have it, sure. Just make sure you get like a good amount because it's negotiable, it's not fixed. But
Oh.
anyway, this isn't the financial talk. This is for gamers.
It's a real gamer talk.
Get real talk for
Real
gamers.
talk for gamers. Wrong.
Actually, you have to.
This is not the time and place. Be
I'm not
smart
a
about your
financial
money.
advisor. That's not what some people want to hear, but you do have to be smart sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. And sometimes it really does matter. It really is
Yeah.
important for you to be smart.
Yes. So you can be dumb later, you
Mm-hmm.
know? That's my motto.
Be
Just be
s-
responsible now so you can be dumb
mhm.
later. Yeah.
Be smart so that you can afford to be dumb.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's my motto. That's my motto in life.
If there's anything you get from this stream is the fact that you remember that quote from Katsi. The most important quote that you'll ever hear.
Smart now, be dumb later. Yeah.
Okay, since okay, we're just talking about a topic that we're not fully aware of, and about something that I think we will be able to have good knowledge on is the fact that you work in a game studio,
Yeah,
right?
I do. Yeah.
Is that your dream job? Did you dream of being a UI designer, artist for a gaming studio, for a game studio?
Oh, Well, dream, yes, maybe. To be honest, I did not think about getting into the game industry till maybe the latter end of my university life. So, for a long time, I had been set in getting into web design
Mm.
because it was the most practical route, right? My background is that I come from a design course. So When you're in a design course, uh, in the Philippines, it's pretty general. You can opt to specialize in anything, but uh, it really only opened up to me when I found out there were game studios here. I searched up certain game studios like
Mm.
um, Ubisoft, and then there was Anino, and there was Secret Six, where I'm working now. And then I thought, wow, it would be nice to work here. And from that point, it was never really a dream, but more like a nice option if it presented itself to me. So, yes, it was my dream for a bit, but then eventually I fell into more like practical mindsets. But it's a good thing that I got the opportunity to work here. I've
Mm.
been here for like 2 years almost, so
Oh,
I'm very
okay.
happy. Yeah,
Like, how have your 2 years been?
how have my 2 years been? It's been whack.
Okay, because okay, I think there's something that a lot of studios get uh I think this is a topic that people usually ask or they talk about in terms with gaming studios is, crunch is a very big thing
Thing. Yeah, it
with
is.
developing games. For sure, we've heard of Cyberpunk, Fallout 76. All of those games have that were delayed, and when they were released, they were a total wreck. How often is my question? If I
Does it
may,
happen
if I may ask, how often
from the source?
have you experienced crunch in the gaming industry?
Hmm. I think when it comes to the game industry, yes, crunch is the biggest concern, I think, because with games in particular, it is a team effort. So ultimately, mistakes pile up. And I will have to say that mistakes are inevitable. You know, we're all human and stuff. There will be times when somebody puts out work and then the lead will say, okay, please revise. So, di talaga iniiwasan yan. um, so given that, in my experience, I've been put into projects where I didn't have to necessarily OT overtime, like all the time. I'm very thankful that for that, because for UI design, um, I mostly work with pre-production, so it's very early in the pipeline for game dev.
Mhm.
Mostly the people who do crunch are people at the latter end of the pipeline. So that's dev. That's the people who actually have to like put the stuff into the engine and stuff. And I so given that, diba, like I've already said I don't do that often, but secrets name dropping. Anyway, my company has worked with fair a fair amount of clients. We've been around for a while. And we've done crunch in a sense that we've done overtime a lot for certain clients just to meet, the deadline
Mhm.
and stuff. So it happens. It's not often, but it definitely does happen, because it's inevitable, because mistakes pile up. And unfortunately, like there are different difficulties that require us as developers and outsourcing asset people.
Mhm.
It requires us to submit work at a certain time. So we just have to adjust. Basically,
Yeah.
because we all want to put out our best efforts, right? But I don't want to say that it's right. I mean, like, it's not really worth, while our passions are worth, like, putting time and effort into, it shouldn't really entail sacrificing, our well-being. And I think naman that, at least, because again, I'm very young into this company.
Mm-hmm.
I the people I know who have personally put in a lot of time, like overtime, um, they haven't super sacrificed their life naman.
Yeah.
But um in general, I know there are people abroad and people who I don't know who probably do put a lot of time and effort into it, more than they should, because their life gets really affected. And I really wish it didn't have to be that way. You know,
Understandable.
all in all, crunch culture is just like a byproduct of a misunderstanding, I guess,
Yeah.
or like a miss. What's the word I'm looking for? It's it's miscommunication. uh, Miss something, like
Management. Some, okay, I don't
like
know, something.
it's not like the expectations of gamers and the expectations
Yeah.
of investors are not meeting properly, and
Mm-hmm.
thus game devs who want to put out a really good game have no choice but to adjust to these expectations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I feel expectations a big part of it. Because I think it's a bigger thing as with games more than with anything else. It's not like you ever feel like people who have with social media with websites like Facebook, Twitter, or any other website, they probably do experience crunch as well because they have deadlines, but you hear about it more with games. I feel like mostly because of the customers, the gamers
Yeah.
who have expectations, especially if whenever, because this is something that I think my friend mentioned before. He said that if ever he was interviewed for when he's applying for something, and they said, how do you feel about overtime? He said that um he thinks the problem overtime comes with the management,
Yeah.
because wouldn't have you wouldn't have to do overtime work if projects were managed well. Or I think
Hmm.
with games, if you didn't give promises that your customers or the gamers would have high expectations of.
Asterisk.
Masters, yeah. Well, I don't know, cause that's me.
Yeah.
I've never worked in
Mileage will vary. Yeah.
yeah. I've never worked in a studio. I've only done games on my own as
Mm.
uh, as
As an
uh
indie dev.
as indie developer. Yeah. So
I
I can't really
Yeah.
say much about what it's like working for a company like you or like Toop has. So I don't know what it's like for you guys
Mm.
with crunch and having deadlines and expectations for the games that you are uh required to finish at a specific
Certain time. Yeah.
time. Yeah.
I mean, I do agree that, I guess, I will speak in hypothetical terms, okay? Like, cuz I work in outsourcing, so I don't get to, well, my company makes games, but primarily it's known to outsource assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means like making the 3D assets, making 2D assets, and stuff like that. So we work with clients that have their own deadlines. Um, even if even what so when I say, oh, it's really up to the management, that isn't necessarily reflective of my view towards my management, because ultimately we don't decide the
Mm-hmm.
deadlines.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
clients do. The clients do. So given that, like in a hypothetical situation where I work in a triple A company deal with these that gets to deal with these, yeah, um crunch is something that falls under management because ultimately it's management that decides this is the amount of days we dedicate to this certain output, and yeah, you have to get it done within these number of days. And of course, there's this level of unpredictability with game design. I mean, as an indie developer, I'm sure you know, right? I'm sure like there's gonna be a bug, and you're gonna be like, well, we gotta
Yeah,
fix the bug,
yeah, of
and then
course.
your task list add like
And it's like
it
you
it
ever expect
it
those.
adds and adds and adds. Yeah,
You
and then you
never
expect
expect.
those.
You never
You
expect.
you cannot
Yeah.
expect the
Yeah.
amount of
Um,
bugs you get in a game.
you will never assume that you'll have a game that's riddled with as many bugs as you.
Yeah, like you can't just
Okay.
say like I've practiced this so many times. I think this game will go smoothly in development. It will never really turn out that
Mm-hmm.
way. So of course like there's that level of like unpredictability, right? But no, managers more often than not come from very low meaning like level 1. I'm not saying
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
inferior,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like
Yeah. You know, I mean,
but like
I know what I say.
sorry, like I need to make this clear for people in the chat, right? Like level like low level means like you are the ones that make the code, the assets and stuff. Higher levels are the ones who make the executive decisions and the management stuff. So they most of the people in management on come from roles where they experience making a game. So um it really falls on management to set the appropriate time to make a certain output. And if people OT, it just shows that management did not take into consideration the amount of time it'll take. You know, I mean, it's kind of like part and parcel of the job that they should know. But of course, like we're speaking in ideals because games aren't made in a vacuum, right? There are investors that are waiting on a certain
Mm-hmm.
product. There are promises to keep and stuff like that. So I understand that it's not an easy thing to say, but like ultimately, the people who make the games, period, are the ones that
Yeah,
suffer.
yeah, for
It
sure.
sucks.
I can
Freaking
see that because
sucks,
I can see that
man.
because I feel like because right for the past 2 weeks I think this is gonna go on up if I'm correct like for a week or so. It just looks like you guys have been having a very difficult time. I can see because Toop hasn't. I can see how Toop is having just not a fun
Fun.
time. When
Let's just leave it there. It's not fun.
yeah, I know, cause
um,
he didn't say
um,
it's because of the team or anything, but he said like the project,
it's not
like
fun.
will I think yeah
No, I understand. No, no. Ako na lang. Right, I said that crunch really depends. And personally, I never super had to crunch because I usually work in the pre-prod side, which means I make all of the concepts and then all of the concepts that programmers have to implement. So a lot of the crunch happens to the programmers
Mhm.
who actually have to put it in the build. And it's not fun when you want to improve games, but unfortunately, there are a lot of bugs you have to fix before you can improve a game
Mhm.
because you have to actually make the game work.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, there's so many ways to break a game.
Yeah.
God, I wish there weren't, but there's so many ways to break a game.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, even if it's not
yeah.
with games, when it comes to design, like with not with maybe the user interface with UI, UX, or any of that sort, whether or not it's in games, especially for people who aren't uh, really familiar with programming and they deal with the design, they don't know how difficult or different it is when you start programming it. Because for
Oh
people in
yeah.
design, you feel like, okay, this is probably something that the programmers can do. And as a programmer,
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Yeah.
the fuck is this thing? Yeah.
Yeah, actually as like a UI designer, it's always been like cuz I'm relatively new, right?
Okay, not to
People
blame.
have
We're not blaming you. It's just,
we're not we're, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, no. Yeah, yeah, gets. Now, I understand that situation. I feel like it's happened a lot of times when I was very new to the role where I would be like, "Can we do this, please?" And then the dev would be like, "I'll
Uh,
try." And then they try and then the game breaks.
we'll try, but can you please not?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the thing is like sometimes some programmers are just a little too nice. They won't say no. They'll be like, "We'll try." And then it doesn't work out. So it's always been my thing to learn about the implementation side, just to know like the limits of what dev could possibly do. And if you know, because there's some programmers who are just like, yeah, let's try it out. I want to challenge myself, which is you know good for you, good for you, dude. But there are some devs that are just a little too shy to say like, oh, I it needs a little time to R and
Yeah.
D. So yeah.
I think especially with the newer ones, because they're like, if you give this something, they want to prove that they'll be able to do it. It's like, especially if they're new to the company or
Yeah,
to
like
their role.
they're always eager, right? Like,
Yeah.
yes, I will do it, and then they stay, and then they
Yeah.
stay without telling anybody. Like, I'm gonna finish it right now. But then ultimately, I feel like game dev is all about teamwork. You know, like,
Mhm.
and teamwork involves knowing your teammates' limits, right? That's why I always ask before I send it to like to some kind of high level email, I will always ask the program I'm working with, oh, are you comfortable with implementing this? Is this possible? Is this too hard? Can we do we have an alternative? Is this weird? Because while it's with me, at least for me, like I can iterate on the fly, but then testing is another thing altogether, right?
Mm,
Making the code to
yeah,
trying to make the code is different altogether
for
and
sure.
stuff. So yeah, game dev is hard. It's a lot of like, what if this will work, and then we throw it to the wall, and then sometimes it'll stick and sometimes it won't, and it's just super unfortunate
Mhm,
that there are deadlines for it. You
mhm.
know, super sucks, super sucks.
Just like in anything in life,
Yeah,
communication is
yeah,
important.
exactly. So it's really important, like especially with game dev, it's important to kind of like level your expectations,
Mm-hmm.
which is terrible because gamers really, I don't know what they want.
They
Gamers are
want
never
so much.
satisfied.
Yeah, okay, because I
Ever.
want to talk about this. Um, did you play or do you know the whole thing with because we talked about crunch with everything that happened with Cyberpunk or maybe
Mm.
Fallout 76.
Oh,
And
I've never played those though.
but like,
I've only heard about it.
so what do you know about the things with those games?
I think I know most about Cyberpunk. I mean its reception, and I know that upon release it was very buggy.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It was borderline unplayable for people who had the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes.
bearable for the PS5, and then PC. I assume the modders did their thing because that's what modders do.
Mm-hmm.
But um, ultimately, I think people don't really realize that games are hard to make.
Yeah. No, because the
Yeah.
reason why I asked about that is not Fallout. Cyberpunk was delayed. How many times? I think 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. It was
They
delayed.
delayed it. For the first time, they delayed it maybe 6 months, 5 months, and then they delayed
Mm.
it again for maybe 2 months after that. I don't remember if they delayed Cyberpunk 3 or 4 times. It was a couple of number of times, but every time they delayed it, the amount of delay became smaller and smaller because I feel like they were so afraid to
Yeah. To
delay
delay
it
it even
for
further.
so long so that because people won't be able to play it. And then when they released it, it was buggy as hell. So yeah,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, for consoles
Yeah.
especially, PC didn't experience it as much as console did,
Mm.
but they kept on delaying it, and then they ended up releasing it riddled with bugs. So I
Yeah.
just want
Yeah.
to ask your opinion on that because I feel like they should have delayed it for at least a year. I wouldn't, if they released it
Yeah.
a year or 2 years, people would be mad, but that's probably the
But they
smarter
would forget,
choice.
you
Yeah, it
know?
would probably be a smarter choice. Because at this point in time, I don't know how many people are playing this game. I feel like the number of people that were excited for it and the number of people that are playing it right now, it doesn't even compare. I feel like it's probably less than 40-30% of the people that were
Yeah, for sure.
actually
Because the hype
supposed
is
to try it.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hype is gone. And I mean, if you ask me naman, um, if devs ask for more time, you should give it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the ones who are making the game, right? It's not like people are here to do nothing. These devs are being paid a regular wage to make a certain output and stuff. And personally, I kind of dismiss the hate regarding the delays. Um, there are people who say like, I filed a two week leave just for this, and then you tell me it's delayed. Like, dude, just cancel your leave or something. It's really not that hard. God, but yeah, personally, devs should just take their time. I mean, I know that I think it was only last month where the devs said, okay, we're releasing a patch and we're saying that the game is now at an optimal place, or at least like it's a version of the game that we want you to play.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's like a few months too late because the hype died down and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But with regards to like, oh, they should have delayed it even more, very difficult to say that because it's rarely the devs that get to decide when a game
Yeah.
gets published. Yeah. So like, if you ask me, yes, if the devs get to decide, go delay it. Delay it as much as you want. But unfortunately, there are third parties that, fund these games and they want the game out as soon as possible. So like, an example of it is FF15.
Okay.
You haven't played it.
I haven't played it.
You haven't played it.
Talk to me
A
about
lot of
it.
people don't like it.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people don't like it. Um, but
Oh no, I
the
think I
thing
heard
is,
of this.
yeah, a lot of people don't like it because it's been in development for 10 years. 10 years, 7 years, something like a really long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
Really
To
long
say
ass
the
time,
least, yeah.
to say the least, right? So, not drunk enough for this. I'm gonna open another drink. Um, it was really because the devs suffered from a mismanagement. The director didn't have a clear vision for the first 3 years of development.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Eventually changed director, and unfortunately, the director, not 3 years. I mean, it's been like in production for like 5, 6, 7. But then they took a break because they focused on other IPs. So the director at that point was Tetsuya Nomura, who is the director of Kingdom Hearts and other games that we all may know, like FF7 and stuff. I know he's not the director, but he was a key person. So after some point of vague management, Square Enix decided, okay, Nomura is working on too many things. So we're gonna push him aside and then put another director into it after like the seventh year or so. But the thing is, like, publishers only granted Square Enix 10 years. That was their deadline. Like, 10 years must be enough, right, to make a game? And then I mean, again, people in the chat, fact check me. I am open to criticism. I am not good with details. But it took a long ass amount of time before Nomura was yeeted out of the production, and then Hajime Tabata was put into the production. And there were only like 2 years, 3 years to overhaul the entire game because Nomura had like this overarching plan for the game, but did not accomplish it in the years given to him. So Tabata had to kind of make do. So those are the kinds of things that happen in game dev. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sure if Tabata had his way, he could have asked for a year or two,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, because of publisher reasons, they had to wrap up the game. And it was not, people liked it, but then more people disliked it,
Mhm.
you know?
Cause I,
So
cause
it wasn't
I,
well received.
cause I heard with F15 is, yeah, you mentioned how a lot of people didn't really like it or didn't enjoy it, especially for
Yeah.
the first couple of years it was out, and then this is what, like, the bare minimum that I don't know how much of it is real, but
I will verify the
what
joke.
I heard before is a lot of people didn't enjoy it. A lot of people were mad at it, and then it took 7 or so years, or it took a long time, is what I know. It took a long time for them to get the game to a state wherein it was enjoyable for people, and it took them a while. But people started enjoying it so much that the first couple of years it was out, at this point they were um satisfied enough to forgive them, because the state of the game right now is very satisfactory compared to early on.
Yeah, I super agree. I mean, personally, I played the game, right? I cried.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. I cried. I mean, four boys on a road trip and they
Mm-hmm.
have their little bro moment in the end. Very touching to me. But a lot of people were expecting a grand epic. And I see why. I mean, some of the criticisms are like valid because the game is essentially like, we will have 10 million side quests, and if you feel like it, do our five story quest. Yeah. But it was still fun for me. But I understand why people don't like it
Mm-hmm.
because it was not the same experience you'd get from, say, very story heavy titles like FF12, which had like a whole arc. It had like a gigantic arc behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same. And people have come to expect great narratives from FF titles
Yeah, of course, for sure. Because
because,
I think
yeah,
if anyone hears Final Fantasy, the first thing you'd think about is all of if is all of their games that are filled with story, with heavy plot, with all the
yeah, like,
incredible RPG
um,
that you are supposed
yeah,
to
like
experience.
worlds that you explore and, people to characters to get attached to only
Mm-hmm.
for them to die. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, everyone has so
Yeah.
high expectations for Final Fantasy at this point, because Final Fantasy is such a big
Yeah, it's such a household name, no?
Yeah, it's such a big name. Anyone, whether or not you're a gamer or you've played Final Fantasy game, would probably know what Final Fantasy is.
Or at least heard of it. You may
Or at
not know
least, yeah.
anything about it, but period. You know it.
Yeah.
Just like how you know Pokemon, even if you know nothing
Yeah.
about it.
Basically like that. So people have their expectations, which is usually what gets
People. Point.
yeah.
Period.
Oh.
Yeah, like narratives really help.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like I mean narratives really help, obviously. But like it's what it's what draws people into the Final Fantasy franchise as a whole.
Mhm.
Like you know how like it's not continuous, every game is its own story. You don't actually have to play all the games to get
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to get any game.
Because they're all different
Yeah, they're all
stories.
different and stuff.
Mhm.
So that's really its selling point. So for FF15 to kind of have, I mean there's a story, but it's not super present, you know. It's not super present as much as the other titles.
Mhm. In the
But also
in the first years, or like up
like
until no.
I would say FF15 is the first game where I noticed the story quests aren't as strong as the others.
Like even at the point it is right now.
Yeah, yeah. Like gameplay wise, it's solid. Square Enix has that down. They know how to make a fun game, for sure. They've really mastered that craft. But people go there for a story, and then
Mm.
the story isn't. It's good, but it's not as strong as its predecessors.
Okay.
But then again, I was kind of there to fish the biggest fish. So again, I'm not that hard to please. I'm really not that hard to please as a gamer.
Okay.
So yeah. I mean in the end, Tabata worked with what he had. Like he
Mm.
had a deadline. And more often than not, the people who make the games, they don't get a say of when the game finishes development. There is I read a book by Jason Schreier. I don't know if you know him. He's a game journalist
Mhm.
who was previously in Kotaku, but now he's in BBC. But he's a game journalist, and he has a book called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. And then I think I read like this excerpt where he says, um, you know, it's a miracle that games are released because for real, if it were up to the devs, games will never be released because there will always be a bug to
There's always
fix.
something to fix.
There's always something to fix. But it's because of these publishers, right, that set the
Mm.
deadlines, that they put out these works technically unfinished. But some games are more unfinished than others, and that is really
Yeah,
that is really
for
the
sure.
fault on like upper people who actually decide these hard deadlines.
Yeah, because I with crunch and delays, I think this is something that I wanted to bring up. Did you ever play Cuphead?
Yes,
Did you enjoy
for like
Cuphead?
a hot minute.
Did you enjoy Cuphead at the
Hey,
very least for the hot minute that you
you
played
know
it?
what? It was good for
Mm-hmm.
me. Ha, like I like games like those, like, repetitive and stuff.
Yeah, I'd say
Learning
Cuphead.
patterns,
Yeah, Cuphead is a
classic
really
stuff like
fun
that.
game. That's particularly my type of game. I fucking love that game. But I don't know if you remember or if you've heard of the Cuphead DLC.
No, no, I haven't.
No, there was a Cuphead DLC that they announced. Let me make sure I am correct in saying this, but this was announced very long ago. 20, yeah, I think it was 2018. 2018, it's 2021. They haven't released the DLC yet. The DLC consists of a new, because you played Cuphead, right?
Yes.
For anyone who hasn't played Cuphead, basically Cuphead is
Platformer?
It's a platformer, like it's very similar to Mega Man, where you have just different areas and you have
Yeah.
it's a platformer. It's not that heavy into the story. You just have a lot of different stages to do, right? And then they announced the DLC back in 2018, if I remember correctly. In 2018, they were supposed to announce uh a new island, so that's a new set of stages and a new character in
Oh,
Misty Pot or something. Miss Chalice, there we go. Her name is
okay.
Miss Chalice. That was announced 2018. It they said it was supposed to release, if I'm really 2018 or 2019, and it's 2021. So it's been delayed for so long now.
Mm.
But this was a conversation I had with my friend before. I think with Toop or Kurt or someone before. The fact that yes, it's sad.
It is.
I'm getting close to my limit. Waiting for the Cuphead DLC because I fucking love Cuphead. That's really my type of game. But the game has been delayed for so long. How many years? 2, 3 years already. But
Yeah, yeah.
uh, right now, I think, to be honest, I feel like honestly, I would rather they do this rather than they handle it the way
Cyberpunk did.
Cyberpunk was handled. I'd
Yeah, yeah,
rather
yeah, yeah.
wait this long for a DLC that I will enjoy rather than an expansion that I'll wait to be patched.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Like, same. S- Same. I guess it's because I'm in a project right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's no secret. I'm working on projects on data, right? It's one of our company's IPs
Yeah.
stuff. Wish listed on Steam. Anyway, so it's been in development for a while. And speaking as a dev, it rarely feels like th- think of these products, like these games as, or even DLCs as like a list of tasks, right? Like with any project. And at the start, you think you're optimistic. You're thinking, okay, we're gonna do these tasks. But as you go on, more and more of them add up. Like bugs happen, quality of life gameplay stuff
Mm-hmm.
are suggested, and in the end, the list is never really ending. So for me, as somebody who's worked in the project for maybe about 2 years or so, um, it's it hasn't felt like 2 years, you know. It's felt like, I don't know, 6 months maybe. It doesn't feel so long because like there's never really a lull of things to do. Like as a developer, like there's always something constantly and fervently being worked on.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always a sense of urgency, like we have to finish this task to do the next task. But then the thing is, like, there's so many tasks, you know. There's so many tasks, and then before I knew it, 2 years passed by, and then like, oh shit, we're not even, I mean, it's almost there. In the same way, games are always almost finished, like early onto the project, and then it takes like a good chunk of time for it to get polished. So with the Cuphead thing, you know what? I'm sure that they're almost done. Like in the sense that every game is almost always done, like after an early part of the
Mm-hmm.
timeline. It's just a matter of like fucking
Yeah.
fixing
Fuck.
the fucking fixing the cut that out.
We're not gonna that
Fixing
out.
the fixing the bugs
Yeah,
and then applying all of the
yeah,
changes and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I feel like it's just the main thing is just I think the only thing I really wish that they did is at least let us know.
Yeah.
Cause no, they
Yeah.
because they never said anything, right? They
Yeah.
never said anything
Yeah.
ever since they announced it. It's not like they said, "Oh, we're gonna delay it. Oh, we have a lot more things to do." And they just,
Yeah. That's true though. I
mm-hmm,
will agree that there could be more community management.
mm-hmm,
You know how like um there are Twitter accounts that are super active about their development, like Among Us.
yeah.
I don't know if you follow the Among Us Twitter,
I
but they
don't,
really love to
but I've seen,
overshare.
yeah, yeah, I've seen
They
what their
love to
Twitter's like.
overshare. They're
Twitter,
just
I
like,
think
look at this sprite that we
yeah,
made.
I think Among Us also similar to them is Fall Guys. The Fall Guys
Yeah.
Twitter account,
Also the Fall Guys social
yeah,
media.
they're very
They
active.
keep everyone up to date. And that's nice, honestly. I wish most developers, even AAA. I know that there's a big NDA about it, but I think people will appreciate small updates from developers every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps your game relevant. It shows your players that you are actually working on the game. It's nice to look at.
Mm-hmm. Also, I mean, they also probably have to get used to not over promising.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's better to see progress over promises, you know?
Mm, yeah, for sure. Because
Yeah.
this is something that I've seen happen so often. I mean, I'm not gonna drop any names or anything, but yeah, with especially with my my girlfriend's company, I'm not gonna say it. But yeah,
Don't have to say
over
it.
promising is a big problem. Like,
Yeah.
it tends
But
to
to be
happen
fair,
often.
I mean, over promising is kind of like a thing that happens because of human error also.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone can be 100% accurate when they give estimates of how long a thing will be done. Personally, as somebody who's had to estimate the time it'll take to get something done, I'd be like, maybe 2 days, and then it takes me like double that and stuff. Like it's something you learn over trial and error,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't reach the extremes, right? When you say a certain, when let's say you're from higher management, it shouldn't reach a point where you will say it's going to be done in X date, but then the people who will work on it will be able to do it in double that time. So you make them overtime and stuff.
Mhm. So the rule of thumb is, chat, just remember to
Overestimate your
just
time.
know when your team can handle it. Just know.
Yes. And also don't complain. When they delay, the devs
Yeah.
don't want to delay it
Just
either.
understand it's fucking difficult.
It's
Please.
difficult.
It's fucking
Please. It's so hard to make
I
games.
haven't fucking released Lumi until now. Oh my god. Fucking shit, dude.
Crying hours.
Oh my god.
All my freaking projects. They're not even done.
Oh my god.
God. Honestly, game dev is so difficult.
Yeah,
Why can't people
for sure.
understand that more than they expect?
Because
Like
they have
it's
so
hard.
much, because people
It's
have so
hard.
much expectations. Yeah, especially for things like this, people have so much expectations compared to other things like websites or any other products. A lot
Yeah,
of people
that's true.
have more expectation in games than a lot of other products that you probably would can think of.
Also, games involve a lot of different skill sets. So you will, okay, let's say not to belittle them because it's very hard. Okay. I want everyone in the chat to know what I'm about to say. like the field I'm talking about. It's very hard, very hard. But web design, say you get into web design as a designer or a programmer, it's not the same because with game dev, you work with artists, you work with programmers, you work with specialized artists, not only 2D but 3D, sometimes even technical artists that specialize in getting your work into the engine. And then you've got the devs, the programmers who are in charge of making the game and balancing it. There's so many people involved as compared to, like, let's say a team that can function with just two people alone. This is not including solo devs, though. I mean, like, more power to you. Honestly, I could not do the work you're doing right now. But more power to you. It's hard. It's so hard to do it on your own. But when you're coordinating with so many people, it's just so difficult. It's just so difficult. Not even because, like, you've got bad personalities, but in a sense that communicating is just so
Yeah.
hard.
For sure.
Teamwork is so hard, even if they're nice people,
Yeah.
you know?
Especially if you're nice people, because if you like, even if they feel like they can finish something this fast, they won't let you know because like they don't know how to. Especially if,
Yeah,
like if
you
you're dealing
always
with
have to
people.
adjust to the people you're working with. Always. Always.
So it's not easy, chat. It's not easy. Just fucking chill. All right.
Just freaking chill,
Just
man. We're
chill.
doing our best. We're doing
Chill.
our
I think
best.
Cyberpunk, if it was delayed at least a year or two after it was released back then, it probably would have been a better game. So fucking
Yeah. So
calm
what
your
if like a little
asses.
dick comes out of the pants? Don't you want that?
Just
It's
calm down.
fine.
Just
It's not a bug, it's a
calm the
feature.
fuck down. Um. All right. I think we've had a lot of
Man, we
a
went
lot.
off that we
Think
we
yeah.
went off tangent there.
We
But
are
like
we've talked about so many things. We've had quite a number of uh things that we've talked about a lot, quite a bit of drinks that we've had. So
we've had some,
we
we've
have
got some.
some alcohol in our system now. Yeah, so I feel like that this would be a good time to end the stream. Have a good farewell to our lovely guest, Katsublaze. So before we let you go,
Yes.
if there's
Aw.
anything that you want to share, want to promote or anything,
Want to
please do
promote?
so.
Okay, so thank you so much for having me. This was so fun. This is so fun. Uh, so hello, I'm Katsublaze. Again, very stalkable. Just search my username, and I will all my accounts will probably show up. But again, I stream retro games, so feel free to follow my Twitch. I also make merch for K-pop. It's called Mad City Manila. You can go to my all of my social medias actually, and I will have probably mentioned it. And so far, that's it. Follow me anywhere: Twitch, Twitter, Mad City, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for having me, Faust. Thank
Thanks
you.
so much for being here. I think it was yeah. I enjoyed it so much. We've gone off tangent quite a bit.
We've gone so off tangent, but it was very nice. It
Yeah,
was
it was
very
it
nice.
was very nice. I mean, I'm never gonna complain every time I have a guest and we talk about things that I did not prepare for. It's always entertaining. It's always fun
Yeah, yeah.
to talk about a lot of different things. So thank you so much, Katsu. Maybe we'll have a other collab soon if ever we do Tipsy Jeopardy again.
Why
Gonna
not?
have
Why
you as
not?
a guest, and you're gonna
Always free for drinking.
All right, chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. Make sure. Oh my God, excuse me. Make sure
Nice,
to
nice.
check out Katsu on his streams, Twitter, and all of that. We appreciate you for being here as a chatter, lurker, or a subscriber. Thank you so much to whether whatever it is. If you were part of them in any shape or form, we appreciate you. Maybe we'll see you next time, Katsu. When is the last time you will? When's the next time you'll be streaming?
Better not be the last time.
What's the
Joke.
next time? When's the next time? I'm sorry, yes.
Knife emoji.
What's the next time you'll be streaming?
Okay, okay.
When's the next time you'll be streaming? Next
When I
time.
will be streaming?
Yeah. When is the next time?
I will be streaming. I know what day is it today.
It is.
I will be streaming Wild Arms on Monday. So look forward to it. I love playing Wild Arms. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, you can expect that on Monday, 9 p.m. my time, which is Philippine time. So
It's GMT plus 8, if you don't know.
if you didn't know, if you didn't know.
It's GMT plus 8. But yeah, thank you so much. We're gonna be raiding Ponderkind. If you haven't seen Ponderkind, he has a very lovely voice.
Oh, nice.
If you're gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of your night, at least stay for the raid and spread the love. We've had Ponderkind. He's a very good friend of the stream. He streams. I think what is he streaming right now? Actually, he's been streaming quite a bit of like a lot of different games. He's streaming Final Fantasy 14 actually.
Nice.
So if you're into
Speaking
that,
of,
that, Fantasy 14. Please be nice, and we'll see
be
you.
nice.
I'll see you next Monday for my stream. Also next Monday afternoon for my stream. Monday night, I'm guessing, for Katsu stream.
Yep.
Yeah, and I
Hey.
hope you have a good weekend. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Be nice to Ponder. Alright, you can say bye to VOD. VOD is still going on. Bye, VOD. We
Bye,
appreciate you.
Void. It was
Bye-bye.
really drunk. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.